Yo, beautiful people, it's Monday the 20th of June. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the actual culture. And of course, we are hosted by the best. Please, everyone, introduce yourselves. Let's start with Yusuf, the undisputed voice of reason. He loves pussy, but he hates pussy hoes. At least more than one of them. Go on, King.
Well, God, what you saying? Big man use, aka undisputed voice of reason. What are you telling me?
You're meant to throw it back.
Oh yeah, sorry. And over back to you, Koi.
Thank you very much. Your beautiful people is Big Koi, defending your right.
I thought you meant to throw the shade back.
So you already want to... Alright, let's go back to the original order because I have actually a good intro today. I've planned one.
Oh, well, it's your boy Big Moss from the East Side. You know what it is. Family first and thing.
What's family going to do with anything?
Everything.
Okay. Well, it's very wholesome since we're doing adjectives today. It's very wholesome, Shae Queen, my own royalty.
Your beautiful people is Big Koi. It means now to be in line with you guys, I got to change my intro. Alright, beautiful people is Big Koi, defending your right to fuck it up. I had something really cool, but I'll start tomorrow. Continue.
Yeah, we did the whole thing again.
We did it again. Oh,
What, again?
No, we did it.
Did we do?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Okay.
Do you know what?
confused.
Tomorrow, can we just stick to
Yeah.
No, you know what it was.
It depends on how today ends.
Mia had a plan in it,
Oh.
and it didn't.
But I
Bang.
told you.
I can't lie though.
because we weren't frosty enough.
No, but I wasn't even talking to you on purpose.
No, but you know,
I
when
know,
you,
but-
you threw it to her, yeah?
Yeah.
I was okay, throwing it to Marks. We were going to do a whole thing. to
Yeah.
get involved
see.
with the
We
thing.
weren't
but-
frosty enough. I had to like come in and hug everyone else. Something like that.
Okay.
Oh, so
Anyway.
you guys had a plan?
We had a plan.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are weird.
Yeah,
man. So dramatic.
Yeah, they
I'm
call
extra,
me
don't you know?
man. Pro-black activist,
Okay.
TDA producer, news analyst,
Come on.
Okay.
melanin jump pack.
What you?
I can't lie to you. I was expecting to say someone like vegan festival correspondent or something.
Did you even go?
So she played into that.
I tried to go. Let me even.
You
I'm
did not
upset
try
in
to
my heart.
go. You did not try to go. You're a liar.
What, to the camp out?
Yeah.
No, that's in July.
What did you try?
No, there was one in Hackney, man.
Oh, what's there?
Yeah.
But just
What's that?
vegans.
What's that? Bohemian Palace. What's it? Place?
Is
Oh,
that
Bohemian
Hackney
Place.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, Hackney Central. I went there.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I've been there for day
Is it
parties.
called Bohemian?
Yeah, it's Bohemian Place.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Bohemian Place.
I've been
Market
there
or
for a few
something.
day parties.
Oh.
Nice venue.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, behind the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I went there now, saw a flyer. I was like, oh, Father's Day and whatnot. Let's go.
Well, you're
But
going to
you-
drag your families there.
It's
because
Father's
of
Day. Yes, yes.
Alright,
Yeah,
fair
okay.
enough. Let's all eat
Because the
sand.
normal day we ain't doing that.
I'm the focus of that day.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
that's
Okay,
all
fair
right.
enough.
So-
We'll allow you.
I've gone there, seen the flyer. It's the 18th and 19th. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
on or whatever. Yeah,
So Saturday and Sunday.
gone down there. It's quiet.
With two
I'm
people.
walking down.
A guy with dreads.
I walk all the way down. Turn right. There's nothing. Come back. Ask some guy in the shop. He's like, yeah, someone asked me about this as well. I think it's been cancelled. I was like, what? No one told
But
me.
you guys have a community, like a group chat or something.
These people have no respect. So basically, yeah, it was a waste of my diesel. You know how much diesel
On
is?
Father's
Oh,
Day.
wow.
That's what you
Can you imagine?
Oh, my
I can't lie
God.
to you. If I was your family, I'd be like, well, that's that.
You have to quit. You have to quit being a vegan now. Your
No,
community
not at
doesn't
all.
respect you.
No, I'm just gonna blast.
You guys don't
people
have
with
respect in your community, do you?
that. Can you imagine?
That's our border.
So about that. How
Maybe
was
it's a
Father's Day
black
for
thing.
everyone else? A black
Again?
thing.
Yeah,
Always come back to being
Might
melon
as
and
well.
jump back to this.
You're ridiculous.
What was Father's Day like for y'all?
I didn't do
Just
nothing. It's just a normal day. I don't really put stock on these days. I don't care about it.
You're so cool.
It's not cool. I just,
This is a day for you to feel appreciated. Any other day he wants to be seen, but Father's Day, you're just so anti.
Now he wants to be unseen on this day
I'm a
just
father.
because the role
I'm a
says.
father every day. I don't need that. It does nothing for me. I don't need no Father's Day. I don't need no one to tell me Happy Father's Day. I don't need no present or no card or none of these things. I don't care. About
That's
all that.
mature.
Okay, fair enough. Don't worry, we won't say Happy Father's Day to you then. But did you get a message
we
from your
didn't.
father? Not from your father, from your son.
Yeah. That was it.
Did it make you smile?
Yeah. It always makes me smile.
Oh, that's cute.
That's what matters, man.
You that dragged your daughter out to the field
To
to eat vegan food. To eat vegan food.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah. That's it. That's good.
No,
Oh,
that's so cute. That is really sweet.
That is super cute.
Oh, he has bare energy
That's
though.
what I needed.
No, kids, when they wake up,
That is all you need.
so they go to bed, they just get energy.
Yeah, seriously, from the eyes
Energy,
open.
like, relax.
The eyes open.
No, honestly, when they wake up, they're like, morning! I'm like, okay.
Okay, let me
That's
ask
wrong.
all the guys, yeah. Do you guys mind when women do like like the tweets about like I am the father and the mother. So I guess it's Happy Father's Day to me too, kind of thing. Does that upset you? Because I saw a lot of I saw two big profile female, two women. Sorry. Gosh,
I know
that was close. They almost had me.
Damn.
I saw two women kind of comment on like, let the guys have this, keep your thingy. I kind of feel like that was quite insensitive.
I mean,
to say let the guys have it?
Yeah, if you're doing two jobs, you should be acknowledged for the two jobs you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you think it's taken away from the dudes?
it's not taken away. Like, if you're a single mother and you do everything and that's your stance, then it's not my place to tell you allow it or whatever. Like, like get your shit off. Do you? But at the same time, like the sentiment is a little bit like, come on, man, like. It's not today.
Just chill out, yeah.
Like,
It's so hard being a woman.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hear it. I do
agree.
hear it. But that woman is not, she's not talking about, or it's not even healthy for her, to be fair, to be putting this out into the world like that. But she's obviously dealing with something. And I think everyone's reaction to be like, not today.
But you know, and that's why I have a problem with it. Because I think when I was younger, obviously I don't have a dad, so I'd be like, oh, that's my mum, like blah, blah, blah. Because actually, no, I didn't. No, I can't remember if I did. But anyways, I was for it when I was younger, right? But the older I got, I feel like with that, it doesn't come from a genuine place of. It just seems like a tit for tat.
petty,
Like
yeah.
I'd never really stand with the guys on this tit for tat. Iman, you're nodding a bit too.
No.
So
I was right.
I never really stand with the guys on this tit for tat thing. But in that situation, I see it as that it's a bit petty. It always comes across like, oh,
It
like,
is, yeah, it is
he's
petty.
a deadbeat, so you know, Happy Father's Day to me. Like I just think relax, kind of thing.
Yeah, she's definitely getting her shit off. One thing I would say is my mum has never said anything bad about my dad. I grew up thinking my dad was Superman, even though like he wasn't actively that present or whatever. And I will say at this stage in my life, I literally am so grateful to her for that, because it just means I didn't have to deal with shit I couldn't control when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? Obviously now I know my own relationship and I know what I know, but for the most part, it's just growing up. You don't need that extra.
It's a different generation, man. The women back in the day just behave differently to the women nowadays, to be honest with you, man. And
I
also,
wouldn't say
all of that.
And
I wouldn't
also
say that because
also-
a lot of women back then as well still did that. Like my mum
Yeah,
didn't
of
do
course,
that
of
with
course.
me either.
But it seems
But
like
they're
a lot.
one in a
Yeah, and also like let's be real.
doesn't.
I feel like that should be applauded rather than be the norm in terms of yes, it's difficult for the kid, but this is a human being who's been let down to do like a really difficult thing. Like being a parent is difficult. Being two sides of that is
What should be
difficult.
applauded, you said?
I think the fact that like mothers don't go and badmouth their.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm applauding that.
yeah.
But I think we should also need to understand these women are humans and they're allowed to feel.
Do you know what killed me?
something.
Someone said, I called my dad to tell him I'm coming. So and I'm not gonna show up so he can understand how I felt when I was when I was waiting on him to turn up.
Imagine. All that does is give him a free afternoon. I don't
Yeah, but it
understand.
shouldn't do that. It should make him feel
No,
like.
but they said you called your dad to say I'm taking you out for Father's Day. Obviously, he's gonna get dressed and sit down there.
You shouldn't do that. That's so
That's
bad.
wickedness,
Was
man.
it a girl or
I
guy?
think it's funny.
Was it a girl or guy? That shows me.
I don't know.
That's bad as fuck.
I thought this is a smart idea.
No, but honestly, think
Calm
about
a
it.
bitch.
That's actually, obviously, shout out, Happy Father's Day to all the present fathers, stepfathers, father figures, fathers in Christ, fathers
The
everywhere.
fathers in Christ,
Like,
shout.
all of those. Shout out to everyone who, extend yourself, right? We appreciate you and we love you for that. But you see those dads that didn't turn up, for their kids, if I start crying now on this mic, it's not okay. It's very mean. It's very,
no, it's actually
and I don't
very
know
mean.
why you picked the waviest outfit that day. I was wearing a pink poncho. Do you know what a pink poncho is? Anyway, love you, Dad.
And that's why that person did that. So shout out to that person. Whoever it was that did it, I stand with
I heard
you.
a story about this. Sorry to cut you.
It's okay.
Where's the picture? Yes. Ben, what's the name of the pod again with the man?
Two queens in a pod.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, one day I was here,
Yeah.
and the man was telling a story about this, about how her dad went to pick her up,
Oh yeah.
and obviously he didn't turn up. That was the most sad story. Like,
It's proper sad.
It's sad.
what did you hear? Remember
No.
the episode?
No, I don't remember
Okay.
the
No, but it's
yeah,
tapping
like-
into something that I feel.
minute.
It's this
I
time.
feel so bad for it. I was just
Yeah.
sitting
No, it's
there.
really sad.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, this
And
is
your
terrible.
mum who's there, okay, this
She has
is a
to deal with
terrible
all of
Happy
that.
Father's Day message, by the way. But the mum
Yes.
who's there, she's like, I can't even imagine all the emotions and how she's trying to like
Because she has to deal
taper
with that.
everything in it. And then like, it's just, and then even if they come and bring money or whatever, it's like, big man, I've been wearing my pink poncho for 6
Nah,
hours.
'cause
I
when you were a
refuse to
kid, like
take
that's
off my
actually
pink.
deep, man.
It's so deep.
Nah, rush those dads, man. I'm sorry.
Don't rush my dad.
I'm actually
Don't
fuming.
rush my dad. Don't rush my dad.
You who wants a dad rush, let me know. Let's start a list. Because actually, I would. Let's get them jumping
Not
away
the
to work
daddy
or
list.
something.
Not the daddy list.
That's
I
Sawoda.
think different fathers have different, not making excuses, though this is going to sound like an excuse. I think they have different visions of what fatherhood is.
No,
And I
absolutely.
think it's money. I think if the money was there for my man, it was calm. And to be fair, I don't even remember the money. But anyway, yeah, do you know what I mean? But shout out to all
But I
the
think
dads.
as a dad, I think you get the option to kind of like pick what kind of father you want to
Yeah.
be. If that
But as a
makes
mum,
sense.
What?
as a mother, you don't get that because the child is
Yeah, you can't.
taken
Yeah,
care of.
but obviously everybody's different, isn't it? So whatever
Yeah.
mother you're gonna be. But I feel like as a dad, you can. It's weird because men have the ability to like come and go and stuff
Yep,
like that.
yeah.
I think they can pick, innit?
I
So
agree with
some
that.
men might think all that emotional stuff and all that. It's not what you need. If I'm gonna go and build some foundations and the money is important. So some people are away working all the time. And that's the decision that they made. It's like what you're saying. Now you're older, you can go and have a conversation with your dad. He might have been doing serious things, putting things in place for your future and
Yeah.
whatever. And some people feel like that sacrifice is worth being
Yeah.
made. It's like, yeah, you can love me and have a great relationship and all that, but if you get old and I ain't got nothing for you,
Yeah.
then what the fuck are we doing it?
That I think that is a lot of my dad's mentality.
Yeah.
And all I can say is I'm really grateful that that's not. Like, I'm grateful that for my mum.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for
Absolutely.
my mum, and obviously like you said, I've already said this. I've met him halfway. Is accepting what kind of father he is, but it's not always easy. It's not always
It's definitely
easy.
not easy.
I suppose you have to try and find the balance as well, innit?
And also,
true.
when it's a Nigerian dad, sometimes they don't meet you halfway. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
like
all,
no.
but it's like
at
very
their
much.
point,
They have every
you come
right.
here.
Right. Oh my gosh, my man has
Yeah.
been sat in the same spot, and I make different. Like sometimes I journey 90% of the way,
Yeah.
but it feels like you're doing the most for what everybody else. It looks
Yeah.
like they just have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
so.
it really is just accepting like what the person is like. I think you have so much peace in that, just accepting that, you know what, that's how you are. And then either you can either deal with it and that's good. And if you can't deal with it, that's also good.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
it's about
gosh.
what you
Yeah.
can- what
Don't
you
try
can
and
deal
don't like. I used to say try and make it work because you only get one. I
Yeah.
think that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody because it's
Yeah.
hard. It's very, very hard. Like it's very, very hard. So
See, I think opposite.
no, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm
Yeah,
with
'cause I
you.
think
Yeah,
because I have one is more reason why you should. Because I'm very of the mindset of you're the parent,
yes.
I'm the child. I don't care if I'm 50, I'm still the child. So it's not for me to make amends.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah,
personally.
yeah.
And
Yeah. I just had to
I
like
just deal with it.
yeah, I just had to like put it. I think if I'm being very honest, it was more the thought of realizing they're not always going to be there.
Yeah.
And for me, I think, and this is just me being overly honest, I just
Yeah.
had like a really bad dream. And I just was like, it really inspired something in me to just be
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to reason with, he's never going to change. I have to make a decision. I do feel a little bit like for someone with me with a lot of ego, I do
Yeah.
feel like, not that I'm proud of that, but I do feel like it was the most uncoy decision to make to
Yeah.
like just try and meet him 80% of the way.
Mm.
But and honestly, when I say he doesn't take too many steps towards me, he's kind of calmed down in old age. So
Yeah.
sometimes he would tolerate some stuff he wouldn't before.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's hard. But I feel like I got one. And I have an amazing
Yeah.
uncle and I have an amazing step, but I got one. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And a part of me just feels like I don't want the story to end with this. I just know who he is. And if I have the range to be able to just see that and feel like I have a choice, I've just made the one that, you know, and you know, it's hard. It's hard.
I think that's really good. I really
It's
admire
really
that.
hard.
Because when I hear you, my thought is dark. I said, well, if anything happens, I'll just do. I have to get over it. at some
Yeah,
point.
no,
I have to get
yeah.
over it, so-
It's an unfair burden
Yeah.
to put on a kid, 100%. And it's
Yeah.
not something I even felt comfortable talking about with your mum because you feel like you're putting too much on her kind of thing.
Because they feel the way they feel already. So I
Yeah,
didn't tell you
boy,
how
they're
they feel,
carrying a
yeah.
lot of, like, do you know what I mean? Anyway, guys, we didn't mean to make this therapy Monday, but let's jump into other parts of the world that are fucking up. And happy Father's Day, guys. Let's move into the first
What she
headline.
said.
The guy's been completely quiet.
That's good. I like when they let us have moments. I think it's very precious, very wholesome. Thanks, guys.
But yeah, all right.
Alright. So the upcoming rail strikes, there's been some criticism. So basically, as we informed you all before, the biggest national rail strikes in 30 years are due to take place this week. So 11th hour talks to resolve the dispute on Saturday night broke down. Ministers have described the union's decision to strike as a huge act of self-harm on the future of the UK rail industry, which has obviously suffered a dramatic drop in customers since the COVID pandemic. Union chiefs behind this week's disruptive rail strikes revealed that they're pushing for pay rises of at least 7% for workers and say rail bosses must put forward an acceptable offer within 48 hours if they want to prevent the walkout. Mick Lynch, the General Secretary of RMT, today insisted any pay deal should be linked to the retail price index, which is the rate of inflation of goods and services. The inflation measure was 11.1% in April. But Mr. Lynch today suggested union chiefs were pushing for a pay deal linked to their original talks in December when it was 7.1%. He said the union had rejected a network rail offer of 2% rise with a further 1% increase linked to job cuts. That's basically what's going on right now.
Yeah, but then if they make their pay, if they give them pay rises in accordance to the inflation, so wouldn't they be getting more than what they negotiated in December?
Yeah, but that's basically what he's saying, that we don't want what's happening now. We just want what it was in December, 7.1. Yeah, so he's not even like...
They don't want to do that.
Honestly, he could really, go for 11.1.
I would. If you want to be silly now about it.
But look, they don't even want to give 7.1, so 11.1 definitely be a bit of a
So
stretch.
7.1% pay rise?
Yeah.
Whew.
That would be in line with inflation, though. So it's not really a pay rise.
If they get it, let me know. I
yourself
can
from
join the
getting a pay
industry.
cut.
What's the average salary of one of these rail workers?
Depends. All different jobs and stuff.
And the
like that.
roles and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that was my other question.
I heard the drivers get paid.
Yeah, I heard they
Yeah,
make
yeah,
good
paid
money.
Mm.
Like
Well,
even
maybe
the
that's one
tube
of those-
drivers as well. I heard they make good
Or
money.
maybe that's one of those myths,
No, they do.
No, they do. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they do.
I think underground drivers get about 50 something a year. But now it's about 50. So I think they got in line with inflation as well. I think they got 8.1% a few months back. I believe so. But the overground and the national rail drivers get about 60 now, 60 plus.
Stop it.
Yeah.
What license do you need to
Straight driver
Can I use my
license.
normal license?
Can I ask a question? Because like, I don't know what the job entails in it.
Mm.
But when I'm standing on a platform and I see them driving towards me, them man look like they're chilling. Like they look,
It's a button.
is it because it's downstairs? Is it not downstairs? What? It's a what?
Is it because what's
So
it?
carry on.
So they're really quick.
Don't give Brent any time of day.
Is it because it's underground?
I think no, because it takes a lot of focus. Anything can happen.
Yeah, people anything can
They
happen.
pretty much say that
No trigger
like you're getting paid for work that's really about, let's say, about 30, 35K.
Mm.
But the extra is for emergencies. Essentially, that's how they see it.
What, when they tell me sorry, there's a delay on the track.
No.
We're just gonna sit here and wait.
What,
Real
like,
emergencies,
terrorist-
like
what, like what?
crashes and
Oh,
like
does that
anything that can
happen?
It's happened. Nowadays they mitigate those type of things, but yeah, every now and again, like sorry, not
Well,
every now and
thank you.
again.
Hey, wait.
It's
Yeah.
happened some years.
So this ain't the underground.
Not just underground. No, underground I think get less.
No, but I'm saying this strike is the tube kind
Yes,
of as well.
yes.
Oh, all of it.
Yeah. So
I thought you just said
Pardon?
overground.
I thought
no. So basically, it's the overground, but also transport TFL underground on Tuesday tomorrow. They also jumping in as well because
Okay.
they've got a separate dispute.
Did they know
Okay.
we have an interview tomorrow? But you better make a cut because
I was gonna throw the
Yeah.
maddest shape. I can't.
wait. Sorry, quick one. So what does
You know
that
what
mean?
I'm saying?
How am I?
That means
Wait, I want to know. Text me.
I can't say on air, man. I
Oh,
can't say on air.
okay. Wait. So
how does it affect you?
how? Yeah. Like what?
Maybe
Am I
get a
zooming in?
bus.
Bus?
Do you know what's
No,
funny?
as in, like, do you know how?
Do you know what's funny? Do you know why you're a comedian?
Why?
Because they told you this last
Thank
week.
No,
you.
no,
You
no,
said
no.
You got to pick one.
No.
You either come here on your by foot or you get ride with Esther.
No.
And you said, I get the bus. Now you're shocked.
No. Let me. Esther wakes up mad early. Everyone, I just need everyone to understand this shit. Honest, and what I would need to take train to you anyway.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, fair.
So my because this is of importance to TDA. So so there's no tubes tomorrow.
Okay, so let me read this additional part, right? So
Okay.
basically, only about half of Britain's rail network will be open on the strike days, which is Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, right? So you're going to get a very limited service. Trains will only run between 7:30 in the morning and 6:30. So yes, TDA hours, right?
Okay, so technically, Koi should be here at 7:25. He'd be all right.
Because I never liked a pussy. I never liked that. I never liked that.
So yeah,
Okay.
the base in that one.
so yeah.
Okay, you stay.
Wait, what we're not
You
gonna
stay
do?
behind the scenes.
What we're not gonna do? You need to stick with your buttons. You need to stick with your buttons over there.
Hey,
It gets deep on the second one.
so seriously, we're gonna just take the bus.
No, I'm not gonna take the bus. Me and Esther are gonna talk about
Mhm.
what we can do because we're a team and a family.
This family's getting here at 7:15 tomorrow.
Let's just be like, I'll be at
But
your
Esther,
house
so when
at
am I meant to do
4:30.
my... Okay, if I bring my makeup here then,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
going
do it in
to
the car.
be the only way that it can be done.
Yeah.
Can I sleep over? Okay, don't worry. We'll talk about it afterwards.
At this point, you might as well shower back.
Okay, cool. We'll do a bit
I'll
tomorrow,
do.
guys. I'll be
Okay.
here. I won't let you down.
And so that's the end of that particular headline.
Right then. You know how to make a headline a story, boy.
Boy.
And let's head into the topic of the day, what you saying. And we've got to put our serious faces on now.
All right. So, this particular topic of the day is basically based on a BBC documentary called Racism on Sale. And the BBC documentary details how children in Malawi are being exploited and used in social media videos. They're being recorded by Chinese men and sent to other Chinese people who request and purchase these particular videos. So some videos are patriotic in nature, showing young black children dressed in Chinese attire, singing and dancing in Chinese. Some are a lot more demeaning though, showing them massaging this Chinese man's legs, washing his feet, things of that nature. But the most controversial and the one that got the most attention was one showing children, again, speaking in Chinese, saying, "I am a black monster." But the equivalent of that black monster is really basically saying nigger. So I am a nigger. And also saying my IQ is low. So, question. Firstly, did anybody know about what was happening back home in Malawi?
Yeah.
Let alone, did you know there was a booming market for this? Because this man basically, in the documentary said that in one particular day, this is obviously his best day, so it doesn't happen all the time, but in this particular day, he shot 380 videos and he made more than $10,000.
Yeah, mad.
Yes. So, question again. Who do you blame for this type of thing happening back home? Do you blame the families, perhaps, for allowing their kids to do this? Do you blame the government for even this being a situation where kids and families have to rely on this type of small income and food that they're getting from this Chinese man? Or do you just blame the Chinese man who's actually doing these videos? And why?
I think there's...
Oh.
Sorry, no, go.
No.
I think there's levels to the blame. So
Okay.
first, I blame the racist Chinese people that are doing this to them.
Cool.
But then I also blame the government. I don't blame the families at all because I think that they're desperate, they're poor, and when you're in that situation, unless you're in that situation, you don't know. Like when you're in that situation, you pray for hope. Like you have so much hope and just desire for better. And under the guise of where he came, he basically came to the country and said that he's representing like a charity organization,
Yes.
and essentially what he was doing with them, he was sending to China for them to get money and stuff like that. So the families thought this was a genuine thing. So I blame the Chinese people because obviously you're racist. Like you're racist and you're disgusting. But I also blame the government because I feel like the government should oversee these things, right? Do you get me? Like even like something like school, like obviously I know this is a first world country or whatever, and if a child misses school, like a parent can get fined and stuff like that. But these kids are missing school for this. Like who is this man? Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
So I blame the racists and the government.
Yeah. Has anyone seen a page called Ghetto Kids? And they're just dancing.
No.
I think you've seen them, but you just don't know what it's called, innit?
On Instagram.
Yeah, they've got 2.4 million
No.
followers, innit?
What is it? Similar kind of thing?
It's not similar in terms of content. It's just things you guys must have seen them, but you just don't know the name of it. So when I see pages like this, I always have questions in it. I always wonder who's running the page, who's putting them up to it, especially when the page is flourishing and they've got millions of views. And I wonder, are the kids getting paid?
Yeah.
Are they getting ads? If they're getting ads, who's taking the money?
Oh, I have seen.
Yeah, you must have seen it, but I don't think you know the name of it. So I am shocked by the story because I always just assumed that, I don't know, the parents were behind it or some African guy or African woman who's, a part of the community is the one who's, recording the videos, posting them, managing the account, managing the kids. So to see this is quite shocking because I wouldn't have imagined that, someone from outside the country has come in now and set up shop
do
in the
this.
village and now he's orchestrating and running the show and spewing his hatred. It's sick.
It's like
It's proper sick.
sickening.
It's proper sickening.
What's the mindset though to let him get away with it, if that makes sense? What are you saying? Just because they're just down so bad?
Do you know what? And it is, it's the
Yeah.
property. I think also as well is that he lied to them. Like they genuinely were waiting. They were just sitting there waiting in hope for them to get help.
Yeah, but within the community, it don't sound like he's, maybe like initially when he first came, but it don't sound like he's loved or like he's seen as like a good man. Like obviously, like when he was saying like, oh, like he hits us with sticks and like the parents and stuff would hear those kind of things.
Yeah.
And then even when one of the parents was talking, saying like he just comes and just takes the kids and stuff, and I'll take him and he'll just take him back and and it's like, but this is just like some little idiot, any little Chinese man. It's like, it's not even like he's come with, like, it's not like he's got like a, I don't know, security. I don't know, like he's just moving like he's just there by himself. So how come he can impose himself on the whole village like that?
You know what it is? I think sometimes with like African countries, we have a lot of problems where we honestly see white as superior.
Yeah.
Like they're honestly, they're just better than us. Like we don't even know how or what. They might not even have more than we as much as we have, but just based off the color of their skin, they're automatically better. So I think in this situation, like outside of the poverty and stuff, it's just that not feeling
complex.
like that complex of thinking that he's better than you already. You already feel like you don't have power, even though that's your child.
Yeah.
Do you get me? I can't explain it properly, but it's just a brainwashed mindset that these people are better than us. So it's like, because even when one of the parents was talking, she's like, "Oh, this is a white man." I wouldn't see him and call him white. Do you get me? But again, if you're not black in Africa, you're white, and automatically you're better than us. And so that's why like that whole thing. But I think even with that, because he was giving them like $50. That's still some kind of, I mean, I don't think it's like the best money, but it's still some kind of something in the currency. So it's like, okay, I'm not happy with this, but this is something coming in as opposed to nothing at all. I really just think, it's poverty in the mindset, man.
I feel like with slavery and the propaganda, not only did it make anything closer to white look amazing, but, and you know, they internalized that we also internalized the idea that there was something to overcome in terms of being black. And I do think in these countries where everyone is black, maybe there hasn't been as much of a movement of like black is beautiful and all that. Because if everyone's black, why is that necessarily a narrative? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So I think here where we are the minority, we had to create something. We had to affirm ourselves. Whereas they might not have that. What that left was a massive vulnerability for people to take advantage of. In history, I could be wrong. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. Let's just go with this. I don't think there's many incidences between Africa and Asia in terms of wars or anything like that. Like their hate and dislike for us is so unprovoked. And I know this is not everyone, but just even culturally, like when I go to certain countries, I'll be stopped. They'll be, and it won't always. They think they're compliments as well. It'll be like Rihanna or Beyonce, like or I saw one time we were in like a Turkish market. I know this is not Asia. I'm just saying in places where black people are not commonly known and they only come across black people on TV and in porn and stuff like that, you can see the way that they regard us. And a lot of Western media talks about us in a particular way. So all of this works together to create a power dynamic before these people have even met. And then also, if you're looking at how Asia was able to infiltrate Africa and the way they were able to like kind of use their money and influence. If they can do that with the leaders, what the fuck do they think they can do with, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it sets a precedent. Like, you know, like, I don't think they will try this with Russia. I don't think they will try this with black people even in this country. I want to ask you guys a question though. If the person making the video was one auntie from the village, it was still going to China, it was still them saying these terrible things, but it was the auntie doing it. What would your attitude be towards it then?
I think I will still be disgusted about it. Because I know that she knows that she's exploiting children. And I think that's, for me, that's wrong. But I definitely will say that I do have extra vim just because it's racism. Do you get what I mean?
Does it matter to you that I don't think this guy's sharing the money with the kids, is he?
Of course he's not.
He's definitely not doing
He's not even admitting, because there's a part where the girl said, you're making this amount of money. Like, you've admitted to someone else who is Chinese but is a correspondent with us that you made 380 videos in a day. You make this amount of money. You do this, you do that. You've admitted all these things. So I'm asking you, you said these things, right? He's like, no, I didn't. I'm thinking, but you did. Like, you said that, you know, they can't be trusted and they can't be this and they can't be all that stuff. But I'll be honest, even with the documentary, I'll be honest with you, right? When the girl was saying how, like, because obviously I feel like because it's BBC, she has to do the whole, oh, I know not everyone's like this and blah, blah, blah. And how, you know, China have helped the country in a way and they built this stadium. And I was thinking, yeah, but at what cost? This is probably why, because this situation is literally one isolated situation. In the full documentary, she shows like there's basically different areas that in Africa that highlighted where this goes on like casually. It's not just in Malawi, it's at other countries, right? And I'm like, while the locals are sitting there praising like China for sponsoring our stadium, it's like, at what cost? This is why they're able to just come in and do these things. And again, when she was saying, she's like, oh, like they loaned them $90 million. I'm thinking, at what cost? These costs, these things, the collateral behind it is not great. And that's why I brought up like episodes ago about Nigerian stuff and how Nigeria's been lending money from China at what cost. I honestly feel like as we're going, China is going to take over Africa, where like it's modern day slavery. It's already happening anyway. But imagine years down from now, because we keep getting money from them, we keep borrowing money from them, and we don't have the means to pay this back. And for them, we're getting money from them, but like they're like the collateral is them owning land, owning spaces in Africa.
Yeah.
It's gonna be China. China 2.0.
In the full documentary, does he show how much he pays them and how often he pays them and how it works with the pay?
So basically, every time they film, he gives them like what's the equivalent of $50 in their money.
Okay.
But he's making like the one time he filmed like 380 videos in a day, he made like over $11,000.
Yeah.
Because for each video online in the platform, I think people get to watch it or buy it or whatever for like $7 per video. But it's like hell, like millions of people follow it. Like it's a thing.
Okay.
It's like an
market.
Instagram.
There's a market.
It's a proper
But isn't that
industry.
disgusting that is okay? So I understand that sometimes it's like because it was the meaning in multiple ways. So we saw the kids, but then there's also ones where they get like hunky black men to like put up a video, like a image of like an Asian woman and be like, you know, happy birthday, or you look so cute, and they'll kiss a picture. Or there was another one with like young girls. They said it was sexual dancing. It wasn't twerking, but it was definitely like young girls shaking their bum. And there was older women who were put into like Hawaiian skirts, whatever like that. So it's very much reducing us to like the stereotype that was peddled by white colonizers, which were sexual, use us for sexual things, or use us for entertainment, use us for gestures, use us for sport, but don't use us for like actual positions of power, right? Don't treat us like human beings. So when I saw that it's not just because to get kids to do 380 videos of this, at one point you turn into a mean person. Like
but he was beating them.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. You're beating them and all of this kind of stuff. And I don't know if because beating is normal in some African countries that it's not seen as what it is, which is like he's using his whip. Yeah, like
you know what it is that I think. Even with that, the parents didn't like it because the woman, Bright's mum, the one who was like the face of the thing because it was so cute, she saw him beating her child, and you could tell it bothered her. But again, it's that thing of power where he's got power, I don't. Yeah. So I can't really say
much.
Where's
where's all the men in the village?
Yeah.
But the men are taking part in the video, shaking their pom-poms.
Money. Like, I don't know why
when you're poor, like...
Right.
Yeah.
Like, these people run after cars.
It's money
like,
because this guy is not, he's just one man up.
And do you know what's crazy as well?
I don't think he has the power, or it's just the money.
It's the money, and it's the fact that he's seen as a god, basically. Because basically, they even said in documentary that back home, he's a nobody. Like, he's a nobody in China. Like, no one rates him. He's basically like he's a side piece, right? But when he originally came to Malawi, he actually came to work. But then he clocked the way they were treating him like he meant something, like he was like a little god. So he was like, okay. And then that's when he started exploiting that. Do you get me? So it's just...
Yeah.
But why is there a market for this? Like, should we look judgmentally? Because apparently this is not like a small little dark web thing. This is like a very
business.
popular in China, and I know some of it is like happy birthdays and stuff. But do you? I would never look for white kids to sing me happy birthday. Like I would never even want. I would not want Asian kids to sing me happy birthday. I want my kids. I want my friends and family to. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so in my head, should we be looking at China and any other market that kind of entertains this in judging them?
100%.
I think so.
100%.
You know what it is? I think what part of Asia is that?
China.
No, I mean as in.
Is it like East, South?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a good
East, South Asia's India and all that.
So China, Japan, Korea, that's East Asia, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know South Asia's definitely
I think
India.
East Asians, they have this...
Don't talk. I'm just keeping my mouth closed.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I didn't wanna, they have this thing with black people, yeah. I remember one time I was in West End with my sister and this group of, I don't know where they were from, could be China, could be Japan, could be Korea, whatever. So they asked, they gave me the phone, picture? I'm thinking, cool, you want me to take a picture of you lot? You
tell me.
They asked to take a picture of
you guys are tourists. You guys set up. No, picture of you two. I'm like, you want to take a picture of me and my sister? They're like, yeah. I guess. It was
very
It was awkward and I didn't really.
Now there's a picture of you and your sister in someone's fridge.
I didn't particularly care.
Oh my gosh, you put me on the dark web.
So I was like,
and you got
They
muscles.
probably made a postcard. We have low IQ.
Maybe.
And you got muscles.
They can't be
put,
trusted. They can't be trusted.
Subtitles. Because me and my sister used to joke about it. I was like, you know, in like somewhere in China or wherever, I was pictures circulating like on some joke.
Nah, yours
all
is going
fun
for
and
like
jokes aside, though,
$20.
because
And
you
then,
might think it comes from a harmless place, or even if it's like just from a don't see like big muscly black people and
Yeah.
it's curious and all that, yeah.
Even
And even
that,
that
like-
kind, no, but even that innocence, that's what you would assume, yeah.
yeah.
But now from seeing that kind of stuff, I'm thinking like, no, we're just assuming it's all that, but this stuff's from like
It's
a
a-
dark,
Yeah.
vindictive
Dark
place.
place, yeah.
Like
You know what I'm saying?
their aura was like, you know, fun and
Oh, nice.
like
yeah.
we're just fascinated. Oh my God, like we done a little quick pose, took a picture, whatever, and we're like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Post.
It was so. It seemed very innocent.
Yeah,
it seemed very innocent. So I wasn't bothered by it. It was more so, why do you want to take a picture of us? But whatever, innit? But now seeing this, my mind is tight.
He will never take pictures
And that's
again.
There you
exactly
go.
how.
They owe you some money.
I want to admit,
Right? $50 for how many that picture been circulating? I want $50 a day.
Please.
I want to admit, I've also done that too.
You post for
There you go.
pictures.
I've posed for a picture. I was in Turkey. Mine was Turkey. I'm sticking to Turkey, yeah.
I'm going to say that you guys can never joke me about loose apples anymore.
Like,
you
I took-
definitely won.
I was
Definitely.
out, and then there was like a lady and whatever, and they were just like, "Can we take a picture?" But they wanted to be in the picture. You know, I didn't have useless muscles, so they wanted to be in the picture to fill it out a bit. And I was just like, okay, but I did find it weird, and that was at the beginning of the holiday. By the end of it, I had no time for nobody.
Where did you go?
Turkey,
Okay.
and I had no time for nobody.
Was it
Everywhere I
Turkish people that
went,
want to take pictures?
it was Turkish people.
Yeah, they're very silly for that.
And yeah, like I didn't know what it was, but anyway, so yes, I because it's a shock. It's like
It's yeah, I guess
It's
it's
like,
confusion in the
okay,
moment, but
it's not
just,
trying to be rude, but yeah, nah, like it's weird.
And also another thing to bring up as well. Remember, they were also talking about how he treats actual adults, employees of his. So he's basically saying, because that person who was working undercover for the BBC,
Yeah.
he was Chinese as well. So he was saying, listen, you have to be cold-blooded. If they're good and they're committed, give them a small treat. But he said 85% of these people are lazy and they'll try to steal from you. Only 5 to 10% have a good conscience. And he reiterated, basically, never pity them. He said, no matter their family situation, this is how you should treat black people. You remember that. I'm quoting,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah. And he also said, yeah, beware of black people who speak Chinese because those particularly will try and take advantage of you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so there's been reports of like beating, low wages for adults as well. This is what these people are doing over there.
It was very sad to watch. I can't lie. It was very, very very sad to watch.
Yeah.
Very heartbreaking.
But that abuse only happens because our own community sleeping.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that because I was reading the comments, right? And like a lot of people were saying how the government know about this, but they don't care. Like they're not doing anything to it. And again, I tell you people, because they've been borrowing so much money from them, there's only so much they can say to them. Because really and truly, someone like that, it should be imprisoned.
So what should we do?
Don't you think like the community should police it? Like, obviously the government and that know that it's going on, but what's the government gonna do? Like, go and round up all the Chinese people? But like, ain't there like people in the communities that want to get them out there?
But you know what? I think, no, they are. I think now they are because basically they didn't know what he was doing. So it was this girl, I didn't even, let me say her name. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah, shout to
It
her.
was Runako Selena and her friend Henry Mango. They were the ones who did the proper investigation or whatever. But people didn't know this. So when she's having to tell the parents that this is the video he's making, this is the messages behind the video, they were so heartbroken. They didn't know this was what it was. And I remember one of the dads was saying, he was like, she was like, I'm going to confront him. Do you have any message for him? And he said, just tell him to leave our village.
Yeah.
Just leave. Like, so I think now that they know that that's what he's doing, I'm praying that in communities and whatever, they do take that action. But again, you never know. You just never know.
I've seen
Yeah.
videos of them like beating kids. This is separate. This wasn't like this postcard thing. Like just like teaching the kids Chinese, beating kids. Like, because obviously they're able to build up their own schools. I wouldn't be surprised if they have their own police stations. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they have their own like, do you know what I mean, governing body that kind of
What, Chinese people?
yeah,
Did
in
they do
in
South
Africa.
or
In South
something?
yeah, see, like, so I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And if that's happening now, what court of law are we being tried in? The Chinese led one or the country's one? It's even rude to come into a country and have your own police station. Like, I get it. If you have the power, why not? But it shows that you're not joining this country. You're trying to usurp it.
It's like in Nigeria, they had I think the restaurant's closed down now, but there was a restaurant in Nigeria and it literally said on the door, no blacks allowed. You're in Nigeria. Like,
Can
this
you
is a
imagine?
black country.
Do you know the audacity you have? But that audacity doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from knowing you can.
Yeah,
This is it.
exactly.
This is
Exactly
it.
that.
You know what I
And that's
mean?
it.
And this is what I hate because like Nigeria or some of these African countries, you catch a thief that's black, you kill him mercilessly in the street. But these white people, Chinese people, Lebanese people,
You
wherever
allow
the hell
it.
they're from, you just allow this nonsense. You should have made the example of this Chinese man.
No, honestly, I was
100%.
waiting for them to rush him.
If
But
I was
at
in
the
that
end, what
documentary-
happened?
She kind of left in frustration because she's saying to him, I've got all this video evidence. You literally said this to someone I'm working with. He's just denying all of it. He's like, no, it's not that. And basically, he said to the parents, the reason why he can get them is he's teaching them Chinese, right? These kids can't speak nothing. They can't speak.
Yeah,
They
of
can't speak
course.
the language, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not teaching them.
Yeah.
And she's saying all these things. So she kind of left in frustration of like, we're not getting anywhere. This is a back and forth and whatever. And she's very fluent in Chinese because she lived there for a few years.
Yeah.
So he's obviously seen that this is not someone that can kind of get one over, but he's not admitting to anything whatsoever. Because at first when she's like, oh, BBC, blah, blah, he was very excited to be like, oh, kind of interview. Because he's doing the whole, I'm helping them, I'm giving them support, blah, blah. So she kind of left in frustration of like, we're not getting anywhere. I'm telling you what you're doing. You're denying what you're doing. But then in the end of the video, while she's talking to Henry, kind of, because he can't speak Chinese, she's trying to tell him what the conversation was about. You kind of just see like, obviously at this point, everyone in the community has come round now. But it looks like nothing's happened. Like I don't see any, sorry, but I don't see this man cry. I don't see any hand in the air because it's being rushed. It's just like they're all just there. And it's just like, is he just I kind of got the idea that he's just going to carry on doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to police this. There's no way to regulate this at all. And he's one lone guy. This is a proper industry in other African countries. She's only been to one village to see one guy. It's probably just carried on.
African people are too passive, man. This is the same attitude, lackadaisical attitude that got Europeans in the country in the first place.
Yeah.
It's just the
This
same
is
type
it.
of rubbish happening again.
I think my one takeaway is imagine if he was sexually exploiting these kids. Like he could.
but he had
has
the-
full control. Like, I mean, I know he's
100%.
doing,
But he had them
doing,
like
the
kissing and
visuals.
stuff like that though. as
Oh
well.
yes, I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, is
I
it?
saw that.
Yeah, he's got like the
Yeah.
kids. It's all sorts of sick stuff. So he's got like the little kids like kissing and
Yeah, I
all that
saw
kind of
that.
stuff and weird stuff. Like, who knows what he's doing?
But why would somebody type in "I want a happy birthday"? It's actually like this.
Like racism is
Okay.
when you
It
racism
has
is actually
no logic.
mad.
It's evil. It's actually
It's
evil.
proper mad. Like, it's proper mad.
And also, there's a market for everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, there
I
really
know
is
you're
a market.
perplexed to how people. I'm perplexed to how people can want this content, but
They
there's a
love
market,
it.
There's a market for everything in this world.
Like, they literally request
Yeah.
African kids singing happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Or kissing, or get 5 big scary African men
What?
to kiss a picture of. It just doesn't make sense. It's so, I don't know what the right English word is, yeah, but like, how
Oh
can you
my
hate something
gosh.
so much, but then be so fascinated by it and want to like own it the way that, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't,
It's sickening.
it's
man.
actually disgusting.
They're like saying stuff like, oh, like China is great, China's superior. Like, oh, we love China. Like,
yellow skin and dark eyes are beautiful.
oh my
said by like
gosh.
black kids. Like, you didn't think you were
It
beautiful
was
already?
it was so uncomfortable to watch. Like, it was sad, yeah. Like, I was really, really upset. Like, it was tears. I had to control the tears, obviously, because it's got my lashes done. But it was just like, this is wild. I went through a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
If I say what I want to say, Ben will have to edit it out.
Say
so
it.
it's no
Let
point.
him edit.
Oh no, it's no point. The people are hearing it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm done.
I'm so curious. But
I
alright.
wanted to know.
Yeah, but can I ask a question? Like, what can we do? Because I kind of feel like I feel a bit like a shit person, right? Because like when you sent us this documentary, I'd kind of seen it on socials already, and obviously you get angry. It's like after you watch
Yeah.
a slavery movie, you get a bit resentful. All of these things, right? But I went about my life, you know, because I didn't have like an access point. And when I think of, you know, the guy that does social housing, I keep forgetting his name. I'm so sorry. Quajo. Like all it takes is one person. Like I'm guessing that might be. All it takes is someone to do something that before everyone would have thought, how can we help? What can we do? But he actively made himself about it. And now people just mention him in letters and the government don't play. Like they will give you that new house. They'll fix it. So my thing is like, we as people who are like from Africa or the Caribbean and are like here,
Yeah.
isn't it it's just easy for us to do that gesture thing of, oh, this is so horrible, or just even this whole episode, but like what can be done? Because something must be done. If we can fly to the moon, if you believe that happened,
I'll be honest.
then like what can be done? Like can't people that like have family or relatives in Malawi go and make their parents know as English speaking? Like what is it that can be done? Because we can't just keep being upset and then going about our Western lives.
Do you know, I think that I genuinely don't know what I can possibly do. I don't, because I think that what it comes down to even if as an individual wanted to do something and stuff, I feel like this thing is bigger than the documentary we've seen.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like in some way, somehow, the government are probably in it in some kind of way. I don't know. Like, I don't think it's as easy as even just the community running them out of the towns. I don't think it's that. I think it's a bigger conspiracy, I would say. I reckon.
For some of these things, to be honest with you, just in my opinion, I don't think it's as deep as that, you know. I
Really?
think it's just these animals coming there exploiting the people.
But the government's aware though, and the government's doing nothing about it.
Because it doesn't affect them. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it doesn't affect them. So you know what? At least the Chinese man's got a shop and he's got stuff that people in the community will buy.
Yeah.
They don't care. But if people in the community do something, take this guy
Yeah.
and deal with him,
Yeah.
then
We see each other.
So
Everybody
I agree
must
with, I
die.
agree with man because it's one man
just go.
Yeah.
in a whole massive community.
Yeah.
They can run him out easily,
Mm.
but for
Yeah.
whatever reason, they haven't done it yet, innit? Like, all he needs to do is get dragged out. I don't think it's deeper as you're describing. I think it can be. I'm not saying the whole industry could be taken down very
Yeah.
easily, but in terms of this particular man who's one up in the village,
Yeah.
bro, you can get five
But
guys.
that's one
five
man-
guys just to drag him out.
Yeah, but that's one man in one village, yeah. This is a thing. Like in Africa, this is a thing. Like in another village, it's probably like 5 other people.
But the thing is, these individuals, they're outnumbered.
exactly.
Wherever they are, they're outnumbered.
Okay, yeah.
For whatever reason, the little, money
they're giving them, yeah.
them, for whatever reason, is enough for us to be like, you know what, it's fine. It's not fine. And the money he's giving you is not enough. But because the disparity of poverty is so vast,
Mhm.
the small money that they're getting for it, it's enough for them to turn a blind eye.
But you know what's mad as well? Because you know the video, yeah. So when he was talking to the undercover Chinese guy,
Yeah.
the guy's like, oh, like basically, So basically, the guy posed as someone who's got an ad to do, like for chocolates, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, can you like facilitate, get some videos for me, blah, blah. He's like, oh, yeah, cool. He's like, oh, I've got a video inspiration kind of thing. So he's like, oh, I saw this video. Then he's kind of scrolling through, he's like, oh, let me find it, blah, blah. Then he shows him the video, that IQ video. And the guy's like, he was very excited. Like, he's like, oh, yes, that's my video. Like, I did that kind of thing because he thinks he's going to get a contract kind of thing. Then he kind of did. He's like, oh, no. Actually, no, that's not my video. My friend did it. He's back in China. But he was like, the bit that stuck out to me, he was like, oh, delete it. Like, they know everyone's seen the video kind of thing. So even within the community, they've all seen the video.
Mm.
I don't
he
know
knows
if
it's bait. He's like, trust me, you don't want that video on your
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, because he was like,
So delete it,
he's
yeah.
like, you don't want the black people to see this. Like, you don't want them to see that you've got this video kind of thing. That's why I'm like, I don't know if they can even run people up because maybe there's some people who are happy to receive $50. Then nothing.
Oh,
gets
yeah.
done.
No, they are. And
There are.
that's what's
There's
sad
a
about
lot
it.
of them.
Like, they're happy to receive this money and do what they're doing.
Yeah, but a lot of them probably people need to just go and educate them because a lot of them don't actually know
What they're signing up.
Exactly.
what
Yeah.
he's
That's
doing.
Yeah.
So even like this stuff, what this girl's done, all this information that she received and she thinks, really, you need to be going to like
Other places.
the elders and the leaders of the thing and showing them what he's doing so they can make a decision. Not even go to the police or the government or go to the man because he knows what he's doing. You're not going to guilt trip him into leaving whatever. You need to go to the people in the community and say, look, this is what they're doing and maybe get them to stop it. It's either going to get them to stop it or once they realise how lucrative it is, they're just going to ask for a bigger share.
Mm.
Of like
But that's
of
something that we
the
can do,
portion.
actually.
Huh?
Because people who are like in Africa and stuff who have access to the internet see stuff like this, that's something that we can do.
Well, ask for
Like,
more
no, as in like they go to communities
money.
to educate them on what this really means and stuff like that. And because even like that guy from Ghana, I've actually watched his videos. It's really,
Yeah,
really cool.
Moyo.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when she said like, oh, this is because I felt like in the language she said, I felt like she was trying to say like we could do this, and he was like, I'm not in a position to, but if you can do this, that'd be really great, kind of thing. I said, well, you excluded yourself really quickly, sir. But like, I feel like that's something to do. Actually, that is a solution.
But the thing is, obviously, the messages that he's putting out there are negative. It's racist. So
Yeah.
no amount of money should warrant him doing that anyway.
Yeah.
So is it a case of pay me more or is it a case of stop completely?
Well, no, but obviously that the racist stuff and all that, that's thrown into like the whole industry. There's bare stuff going on that's not racist.
Yeah.
Some of it could be seen pretty, I don't know, harmless or whatever. But it's
Yeah.
just like
So is it a case of, okay, cool, let's just say...
so they could receive more, but not indulge in the racist shit. But because the stuff's still like
yeah.
tacky and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
whatever, like
Not-
and weird, regardless of all the racist
Yeah.
shit. Even like it's still like
It's weird.
But as the kids, they don't know what's being put out positively and what's being put out with the racist stuff. So how do they know?
yeah, I
Because-
get what you're saying.
I
yeah.
mean-
But you know what though? People not in a rude way, I hope this doesn't come across rude, but people who are like in rural areas, right? Do you know what racism is? Because when you have to educate them on racism to then let them understand the level of insecurity, because when she's translating to the parents, she's saying, "Oh, he's saying that black people are stupid and blah blah," and honestly, they're just saying. When we saw this here, we thought straight away it's because we're black. They're saying it's because we're poor, right? So you would have to educate them on what racism is for them to understand how truly disgusting this is. Because they're seeing it as he's only taking advantage of them because they don't have, and he's using them to make money, but he's not paying them anything sensible.
But it slightly is though, because he's when the girl whose documentary is come and spoke to him. Look how he was speaking to her.
Yeah,
like gonna say, but like she didn't know she knew she was racist. He spoke to her respectfully and so he's not an idiot. You know what I'm trying to say? He knows where he can go. What he don't just think he can just take advantage of black people.
Okay,
You know what I'm trying to say? He's not a fool. It's because they're downtrodden and you know what I'm trying to say. They're below the poverty line, whatever it may be, and he knows he could take advantage of it with his money and So it kind of is because they're poor.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked person.
And this is why I'm so like heavy on economics all the time, because I don't really care how white people see me like that. I don't really care. I don't think you can change these people, to be honest with you. But what matters is our quality of life. You know what I'm saying? And like you're saying, if we're like not in a position where we have to rely on these people just for a basic standard of living, we won't put up with this type of nonsense. No one can come to you and offer your child chicken and that be enough to do a video, or $50 and that be enough to do a video. It's nonsense.
No, it is.
But
really
I hope it gets rushed. I'm adding that to my prayer list. I'm not even joking. Like, I actually because it's just so disgusting. Like, it's so disgusting.
Imagine the angels that receive Esther's prayers. Oh, this girl's on one again.
No, they agree.
Like Frederick Douglass said, I used to pray to God on my knees, right? And, I felt like he heard me. But I knew he heard me more when I got up and started doing something. So at the end of the day, these people need to rise up and do something to Chinese man. Make an example of him. And then
honestly,
the message will spread. That's what needs to be done.
I'm out here trying to work with the homeless. I'm going to
I'm going to split my
Chinese. Honestly.
Not all of them, Esther. Just keeping you safe. Not all of them. You mean the racist ones?
Oh, actually, I've got Chinese family.
Oh, okay.
They're not racist.
That's exactly what white people say. I got black friends. But let's head into the next headline. Oh, are we going to put this link in the bio, or should we just tell people the name if they want
the documentary?
Of the documentary.
We could do. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking. So we'll put the link in the bio, guys.
Brent looking at you like, why?
I know.
But
just in case, is Racism for Sale, BBC Africa Eye documentary.
Yeah.
Just in case Brent doesn't want to put it.
All right. So the next headline is about Putin. So basically, the ex-Prime Minister Gordon Brown has revealed that Vladimir Putin threatened him in a roundabout way, basically, during an official visit to Moscow in 2006.
Oh, sir.
And he also says that the West failed to stand up to the Russian president for years before this invasion of Ukraine. So talking to the Telegraph magazine, he said, I was under no illusions about what Putin was like. Recalling his 2006 visit to the Kremlin, this time as a Chancellor of the Exchequer, not as a Prime Minister, he said, I was put in a very low seat so that I was looking up to him. He's certainly a relatively small man and he wears these stacked heels. But anyway, that day...
That's so petty. When the McQueens.
But he said that day, he took out these index cards and proceeded to read out all this information that he had about me, as though to kind of prove that he knew more about me than I knew about myself. So when people say that Putin's changed and he's only now threatening, I can tell you that he was threatening me even back then. So Mr. Brown also believes Putin only responds to an uncompromising and unyielding show of strength. Adding the only thing Putin understands is strength. Weakness, he will exploit. He's opportunistic to the nth degree. I don't know what happened there. The Chinese are doing their juju on me.
No,
it won't win. It won't win.
You just lost 4 viewers. Go ahead.
I'm so dead.
But yeah, he also said that the West's inaction over Russia's 2014 invasion of Crimea, which took place while David Cameron was Prime Minister, allowed Putin to think he might get away with further incursions.
First of all, Mr. Brown, you need to relax. It's convenient to come and tell us the story now. How many years after?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you give that energy back then?
Because did you know what kind of Prime Minister he was? He was the equivalent of yogurt. Like, this guy had...
Yogurt?
This guy had, like... He had no sort... Like, we've never had a sauce... Other than Tony Blair, we've never really had a saucy PM, right? He was like... He was like yogurt. Like he actually had no. He was like jelly-like. He kept making mistakes. He kept fumbling. Probably a really nice guy. But I remember that whole era. He just couldn't seem to like grasp the UK's energy. Yeah, no, he just wasn't it. I think of everyone we've had since. Boris, who has a little bit of charisma, if you're honest.
Theresa May.
Theresa May, who, she's a woman. Like, so,
Who's been the best one since Cameron?
Yeah, I think so, since then.
Yeah, Cameron was a quintessential PM. Privileged, like, Tory PM. Like, he looks and smells just like what you think he should. Do you know what I mean? But Gordon just... And there's somebody else, Ed Miliband or one of the other ones. I know he's a Labour dude. Yeah. Also didn't have... he didn't have something. Whereas this dude, his whole PR, Putin, his whole PR is strength. His whole PR is riding on horses. And I didn't know my man was short. I didn't know that.
Putin?
Yeah.
Can't you tell?
No, I didn't know he was short.
It's always short men acting tall, mate.
I know, but I just thought he was tall.
I knew he was short.
I didn't know that.
His behaviour, he was shying to just give me short.
But yeah, so
anyway, the next headline kind of feeds on from that first one, right? So basically, because of all this stuff that's going on, it's emerged that Britain's highest-ranking army general has told his troops to prepare to fight and beat Putin's army in a European land war. He pretty much thinks there may be a World War III. So he said, as Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to rock global stability, General Sir Patrick Sanders, who assumed overall command of the British Army this week, warned soldiers, "We are the generation that must prepare the army to fight in Europe once again."
So what, they're still in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What do you mean? As in Ukraine?
Russia?
As in Russia's... Yeah, it's still there. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm just checking. I just figured when they stopped showing you on the news, the war's over.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
I do know, I hear that, but it's still happening. It's still popping off.
Like all on the like BBC, Guardian, Telegraph. There's a separate heading just for updates on Ukraine and stuff. So yeah, they still kind of do that, but it's just not the main headlines anymore.
Well, even if there is World War III, just don't show us and we'll be cool.
Would we be involved in that?
Yeah, we would be.
Your questions are worse than mine these days, Marks.
Okay, realistically, they're going to pull Marks and Yusuf into it, no?
Pull who, where?
No way.
They say all the men got a list
all
up.
the men, they were like, all the men got to fight.
There's 1,000,005 white men that come before me and Mark.
So I ain't never listened to these people in my life ever.
But you
and
think
then you think now I'm gonna listen when they're gonna tell me to come
But what
and
do you
die.
guys actually do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Hide?
Whatever I
men,
want.
Front
I'll
line.
just do whatever I
Imagine
want.
the pod. Imagine our show.
It would really be the coin. That's a show. We'd have to be Brent. We have to write to
one of
them.
us
That's not
have
even
to learn.
there's not even a deterrent. We're gonna send you prison. Okay.
I've been there.
Let's
wing?
go. Which one?
Like,
I mean,
alright.
prefer that one over there, but I confirm it.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Yeah.
There's not even that's not even a deterrent. What are they gonna do?
Prison.
What's that?
You've never been to prison.
No.
So if they said to you, you gotta go over as you're gonna have to go to prison.
I gotta go away to.
You gotta go to
Ukraine,
war,
war,
fight
Ukraine.
for
War
you
or
go
prison?
I'll go to prison.
Because prison's easy. I can't
Yeah,
lie to you.
actually,
War.
And in prison, I'm safe.
Yeah.
Unless they bomb the prison.
There's a prison, yeah.
Oh, then we're all dangerous. We're all in danger then if they
Yeah.
start doing like.
Because remember World War like 1 and 2, they were bombing England, you know.
No.
Yeah, but London.
Yes.
I got family.
Other places, Coventry got bombed as well, I think.
Don't make it seem.
Where else? There's a few places that got bombed in England, I think.
Do you know who's got the best job? Brent. He gets to see everything. Like, I swear, he be laughing at stuff and I'm not even noticing. I'm with you though, brother. Yes, they were bombing lots of other places, but not the countryside and stuff like that. As much.
But yeah, no one's there, innit?
Yeah.
That's so
But,
wild.
Yeah.
I think this country wouldn't know what to do if that happened, you know. Like
I think
as
you
in
need to rate UK.
my
They
family.
put a lot of money into like war. Like,
as in,
weapons,
like,
you
what
know.
would they do?
Yeah, but then
Like,
if a
are they
bomb
gonna get the
drops-
kids to, you know, so like back in days, they gave kids to like
Yeah.
families in the countryside to take care of them whilst men
Is
went to
it?
war and stuff like that. Like they had a whole thing,
System.
but I can imagine there's a level of complacency because we, do you know what I mean?
I think in times of war, like you just make different decisions. I think. I
Okay.
think people that you think are not ready will become ready. You just have to for your survival.
I
Those
really
ain't
feel when
really
it
fought
comes
like
to-
that anymore anyway, man. They're not gonna do all that, are they?
Yeah, I don't think we'll get that.
Yeah.
that
Talk
far.
about like land wars with two armies. Obviously, like it happens in Iraq and all that, but them man are doing like
Yeah.
they're fighting like rebels and they're not fighting like proper actual
Mhm.
other armies. You know what I'm trying to say? So when you see like two proper armies from countries come together, it's usually like all the fighter jets, the bombs,
yeah.
the big ballistic weapons.
sounds
Right? There's
even
the
worse.
old school 100
Yeah.
man on this side,
Yeah.
100 man on this.
Yeah, that happen.
No one ain't doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah.
I really hope I never see a woman in my lifetime.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even like seeing men fight.
That's such an inconvenience.
And plus,
Okay.
there's so many
That's-
different things in place, right? Where other countries
It's
would be
just-
like, look, we can't have this going on, man.
Oh, you think there's
Like, yeah, where do they even go? Because they're gonna have to meet up somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have to pick a link up.
Hyde Park.
What are you talking about?
There you go. No, for them to say, if they wanted to actually fight like that, like you on
Yeah.
this side and you on this side, they're gonna have to pick the fighting ground.
No,
innit?
dead ass Hyde
they
Park.
fight wherever they've invaded. That's where they're gonna have to fight. Obviously.
Okay, I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
yeah.
If they're like in like Tottenham now, wait, hold on. So if they were in ends though, like your ends, and you're a road man, what are you doing?
Just strap up.
You better go home. You better know there's levels to this. What? You better go and make a drill beat somewhere. Don't
Nah,
get
that's
involved.
crazy, man. Wars are actually wild.
Wars are horrible.
Okay, you know what? That's different, yeah. Because you see this
you thought
country,
about
yeah.
it? It was
No, think about this, yeah. This country hasn't been invaded before like that, apart from after the Vikings and that done it, yeah. Since them days, yeah, no one ain't put boots on the ground. You get me? Even like the Germans, they had to fly over and drop stuff. Like no one ain't come here, innit? So the country, we're relatively safe, innit? You're not going to fight, but if you woke up, yeah, and like we'd been invaded, so like they're here. There's like 30,000 troops somewhere. They're here. And man is saying, yo, we need to fight. There's guns here.
Yeah.
What are you fighting then? Is that different?
That's when you need to lose your passport and just give yourself in for deportation.
It's true.
Listen,
Pretty, please. I don't speak English, pretty. Pick me, pretty. Pick me. That's crazy. I feel like you would get all your man them.
Because if they're here
Yeah.
and then I'm actually like, I'm up for grabs, like what they're coming for me.
Up
For
for
us,
grabs.
like, no, what they're coming. Then that's different.
It's
innit?
different, yeah.
You
Would you
get what
fight
I'm saying?
then? Yeah.
Huh?
Would you fight then?
Well, yeah, because I'm saving. It's
saving
survival.
yourself.
This ain't about.
Yeah, but
This
the
ain't
thing,
about
but the
none of
thing-
y'all.
But the thing is, yeah, this ain't like the man them going paintballing. Man them ain't equipped to use guns.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I remember
saying.
keep saying
I got
like
it.
man them
Yeah.
shoot sideways.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I fell over laughing.
I got an
we
outside in
ain't-
my house.
we ain't trained
Didn't
just
knock up,
to
I
go
know
out on
we're
a
in.
whim and start
Yeah,
using
it's
guns.
true.
It's madness.
Yeah, I do think a lot of people would be lost that
Marks
day.
was silently.
You don't have to give audio description
for yourself.
Why is Brent giving audio description? I don't understand. I don't know. I feel like, that's a lot. I don't know if we're ready, but like you said, there's people
I'm
that are
definitely
paid
not.
to be ready.
I can't.
I don't even know what I'll do. Like, I think I'll try and leave the country.
I'll be honest with you. I'm like, when stress happens, I just nap. Like, I would actually, you know, when you said if you wake up, if I wake up and I see hella stupid people outside my door, I'm going back to bed. I'm going to pray this is a dream. And when I wake up again, then I'll be like, okay, so what's the plan, guys?
The thing is, most
That's
people are
wild.
gonna panic and stay in the house.
because that's
Of
crazy,
course.
you know. That's
I
basically
wouldn't.
literally.
I'm definitely.
that's
leaving.
basically how man get called terrorists and stuff, though. You know that, though, innit? You know, like man wake up one day, yeah, and America is here. like this ain't a joke. Them man are there.
This is the best description ever.
No, you think it's a
It's
joke?
true.
The man these men are here. They're on the ends. There's
What does
bare
that
of them.
mean? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
What
that
it
means
means,
they have to protect.
it means
They
I
have
need to
to protect.
protect myself. I need to go get some guns now because these men are gonna roll through and lay this city to waste. You
That's
get me?
wild, man.
That's
God,
that's actually
please. I
very
actually could
scary.
never go for a walk. Like, I'd be such a, oh no.
But
Yeah.
life is rough, you know. People are going through things.
And that's
like
the
that.
thing, that's sad.
I have a lot of good hiding spots though.
I don't think the shed is gonna cut it. I don't think the shed is gonna cut it this time.
I feel like around my area, I know places that I could lay low.
Is it?
Yeah, because back in the days with like the boys used to chase you with dogs, yeah,
Oh.
I just knew where to like
So you
hide.
think being chased with a dog and being chased with a gun?
It was so funny. If
Oh, bomb.
this was like Game of Thrones, yeah. You know, in Game of Thrones, or those type of medieval settings,
Mm.
when there's an invasion, all the villagers they get involved. You know why?
Yeah.
Because it's just it's either fisticuffs
Even
or
the
it's
women.
knives
Yeah.
or swords.
Even the
Yeah,
women.
because
But in this day and age, because it's guns
anyone
and
who can.
bombs,
And drones.
you can't get involved. But it's back in medieval times, everyone will be getting strapped up because it's knives. It's,
Yeah, because they
Even
know
the
when these. Yeah, because they know when these men
Bows.
come through the village,
yeah.
we're cooked. Like,
Alright,
if
what
my
you do to
side
protect
lose,
yourself?
I'm finished.
What you
Yeah.
do to protect yourself? Like what is what
I'm
you grabbing?
praying.
What like
Yeah.
layman?
Just grab
in
anything.
the village.
Like in your house? Like what are you
Oh.
doing? Like what are you grabbing?
I'll be
Nice.
so honest with you, yeah. I'll be completely honest with you. If I look out my window, I am genuinely sitting down and I'm praying. And I'm doing breathing techniques. I'm like I'm honestly, I
Yeah,
can't.
that's
I can't.
good.
Because I just can't. That's why Brent didn't pick me. I can't. We will die. I will actually just accept death. Because I can't. Because I can't leave my house. I might die quicker than if I stayed in.
I heard
So I'm
that.
staying. And
everyone
I'll
in
root
my
for everyone
house,
else who goes.
everyone in my house is of age. Like, so there's no like babies or anything like that. So I kind of expect everyone to kind of like assemble. We'll pray as we assemble. Definitely my mum. But like, yeah, we're gonna have to.
I've had times in my house here where I've heard something downstairs. I'm like, you know what? Let's see what it is in the morning. I'm not gonna, and I've literally forced myself to sleep. I can actually hear movement. And I'm like, do you know what?
Nope, not today.
Not
Satan.
today, Satan. Not today. So, nah, man.
All right. So anyway, guys, we told you what we would do in World War III. Please comment below for what you would do. TDA, my gosh. All right, cool. Well, let's head to Word on Roads.
Word. Okay, so the first one up is Shae Universe. We've had a
I love her.
she performed at the TDA launch at the Ned.
Yes.
And she kind of had some tweets about like music credit and stuff. And I thought it was quite sad because she's very, very talented. So she kind of did a thread. I'm just going to read little bits from it. So she said, okay, so I've decided to make this thread because I feel like oftentimes people see the final moments and never come to know of the real struggles artists face behind these moments, especially women, especially Black women. So here it goes. So she says, today I discovered, it's on Friday, today I discovered that my voice features on 2 songs on West Side Boogie's new album, More Black Superheroes. More than 2 actually, but for the sake of simplifying the story, one named Prideful 2 and the other named Windows Down featuring Snoop Dogg. She goes on to say, she got the track. So I see the tracks on Tuesday and noticed my name isn't credited. I'd gotten no previous confirmation regarding splits, etc. So I messaged him congratulating him on the release announcement and politely asked if he ended up still using my vocals. He never responded. Right. Then she also says, before I continue the story, I'd like to clarify, I'm not angry and this isn't a hostile thread. I'm just tired, honestly. I need people to really start putting respect on Black women in this thing, not the fake ally stuff, like actually be about it. So essentially what she's saying is that she was contacted, right, to do what she needed to do. And she knew that they might have her on songs, right? But when it came out, she wasn't on the credit. But then she does say that she's actually worked with him before. Yeah, she says that this is the second time I've experienced something like this with Boogie. I was on his last album too and had to go through legal processes to get my credits after the fact. If you're wondering why I still worked with him after that, who's going to turn down a song with Uncle Snoop? So really, she's just basically kind of saying how it's unfair that people are not credited where they ought to be credited. I think with her as well, this has happened with this guy before where he ended up crediting her anyway. And she did know, like, do you know what I mean? She sang on it. So what they tried to do as well, actually, was they tried to kind of mix it a little bit so it doesn't sound like her, but obviously it's her. She knows it's her. So I just thought that was something to kind of talk about. And I hope that legally she's able to get her credits and do what she needs to do. And she just said how it's annoying because this is actually a milestone, but because she's got a song with Snoop Dogg now. She's on a song with Snoop Dogg, right? But she's like, it's so annoying because this has kind of clouded that good achievement that she's facing.
That's really shit. I mean, this shouldn't happen to anyone, but she's so talented. Her voice is stupid, like really, really amazing. So yeah, that's a real shame. And I don't know, like when you say credit, does that mean give them money from what they earn? Like what? Because I don't want to pretend like I know. What
your name should be on it from what I think.
Yeah, it's writing credits.
Yeah,
so
writing
whoever
credits.
wrote the song, their name should be on it.
Yeah,
okay.
and I think you
and
get
then
paid
you'll
for it,
get
wouldn't you?
splits, you'll get points.
Yeah.
Like you'll just agree whatever your points it would be,
Okay.
1%, 2% or whatever it would be.
So she didn't get any of that, even though she was on most of, and then she found out she was on most of the album actually. Like her backing vocals are on there where like she's like the only vocal and stuff, and he just really tried to. How you're not gonna think she's gonna notice?
Do you think they think of it as I'm only saying this because this happens to a lot of other creatives as well. When they feel like it's a come up for you, even though Shae's been active and she's phenomenally talented. When they think it's a come up for you, they're like, well, here's your exposure. Do you think it's an exposure?
Yeah.
thing?
But if they didn't credit her to it, how's the exposure? No one's going to know.
Exactly.
She knows it's
I mean,
her
even
'cause
if
she
it's
done the
that,
work.
unless it was previously agreed, don't give me exposure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's really, really shit. And I'm so sorry. And I really hope they get sorted out. Because
I
that
hope
girl's
so.
voice, oh my gosh.
She's a babe.
insane.
So it's also been alleged that Jhene Aiko and Big Sean are expecting their first child together.
Come on.
Nice.
People are basically doing. It's the fans. Anyway, so basically, a rumor started because a fan saw them at Whole Foods, and they're basically saying that she's got a rubber bump and whatever. And basically just saying she looks very pregnant. And then fans are kind of, they've now gone on socials and trying to put stuff together and like, oh, she's wearing baggy clothes than she usually would and all that kind of stuff. But neither of them has confirmed. But if it is, I think that'd be really beautiful.
Yeah, because their love has been like documented through the pain and through the joy and everything like that.
Everything, yeah.
And I know she really cares about him and probably and obviously vice versa. So yeah, shout out to them.
That'd be really
I
cute.
wouldn't want anyone releasing that I'm pregnant before I announced it though. That's
I'd be
just
fuming.
because a lot of
I'd be
people are
really annoyed.
hesitant to do that just in case anything happens.
Exactly.
So.
I think that's one thing I really don't like. I don't like when people announce that someone's pregnant before the person gets to.
Yeah.
But especially with social media, I think people just don't care about celebrities, but they do go through things.
Yeah.
But
This next one is all down to you, Esther.
this next one.
We know that you were involved in this. We know
This next one.
that you were involved in
I
this,
keep saying the
Esther.
Tories and them are watching TDA.
Esther and
They are
Putin said
watching
we're
it.
going to collaborate one more time.
I'm happy and pleased to announce Spac Nation has been closed down. I'm
you know
so
they got a
happy.
new rebrand.
Oh, I know. I'm going to get to
Okay,
that.
go ahead.
So the marathon continues.
Already?
They've got a new church. His fourth one. Just wait for it.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Leave it.
So basically, right, Spac Nation was closed down. Basically, they were wound up. I guess that's a legal term. What does that mean? That they just closed down, innit?
But isn't what they gathered them all together? Or what?
Yeah, but like the article keeps saying wound up. Like I think that's a legal,
Oh, no.
the economic term. I don't know. But basically, they basically failed to properly account for £1.87 million of outgoings, and they weren't transparent about their books essentially. So they've been closed down, shut down. They can't operate with that anymore. And it was a whole investigation and that basically. However, they've opened a new church. They've got a fourth. So basically, essentially, it's the fourth church, he's saying. And it's called what is it?
Influence Church. but with an
Influence
X.
Church, yeah.
Is
Influence
it a
Church.
new church or just change the name?
It's a new one.
Like a new building?
They don't.
No,
they
they
have a
don't use buildings. They
Oh.
they go to the hotels. They just use venues
Oh, okay,
basically.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but you know what it is though? They're trying to say that do you know what? Let me read the statement actually. So basically, they put out a statement following the closure of Spac, and they basically said on the 17th of June 2022, the Insolvency Service of the United Kingdom released a statement informing the general public that Salvation Proclaimers Ministries Limited has been wound up in the public interest by the High Court. We recognise this decision and accept that one of our limited companies has been wound up, and this is different to the charity arm under which the church and many of our churches and gatherings operate, right? So basically, they're saying, we have previously proposed to voluntarily shut down this company in question and the associated charity in order to allow us to work more effectively with other UK regulatory bodies that are fit for our operational requirements. It's a long and very silly statement, basically. They're basically just saying how, yes, they know they got shut down, but they tried to shut it down themselves first and they couldn't. And they're trying to not let this be a big thing.
Mm.
And then they said it's worthy to note the following crucial points. The Metropolitan Police have previously reviewed all allegations against our organisation and publicly declared that no investigations were required. We do not claim gift aid or take any financial aid from the government or other institutions, and so have never utilised or sought to utilise taxpayers' money. But that's because they just steal from their congregation instead, and people who have cancer and people who are dead, and they forge their thing. Allegedly, that's what they do. But but anyways, they've started a fourth church, basically. And that started on Sunday.
Okay.
And it's called Influencer Church. But with that, they're trying to say that Spac Nation is a different thing. But in the promotion of the Influencer Church, it's still linked to Spac Nation. Like on their Twitter and the socials, it says Nation Family. They're spelling with an X. I think they watch CDA too. And they're watching a new black and trying to copy us, but you can't be us. And then it says Spac Nation there as well. So they're trying to, they're trying to act like, this is a whole different thing. But I'm hoping that with time as well, this will get shut down.
Man, I would so be scared to do anything to like just blatantly offend God.
This is the fourth one though. This is the fourth one. So that means Spac here, Spac is probably the third one. So there's probably two that failed as well.
Yeah.
So basically, for as long as he's got breath in his lungs, he's going to just keep going.
Apparently though, it's not even failed. It's like they diversify.
Yeah.
So it's not the first time I've heard of them like creating a new church and there's like this big rollout of, I'm not trying to mimic them. What I think I heard anyway is I had a vision. And then there's like more churches and stuff like that. But you know what? At some point when there's this much PR, and I'm never going to be super heartless, but like everyone has to just make a decision. Like,
absolutely.
What is their appeal? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just do not get it. For what church is like...
Yeah. But you know what it is? I think with this one, I like the way they're marketing this one because they're doing influence, which is like influence. It's giving me wealth from the get-go, right? I feel like with Spac, a lot of people went there because they thought it was a genuine church. This one from the name, you can tell it's not, because the way they've advertised, they've said Freedom Church, a church not only filled with word, a church not only filled with word, but also style, fun, young, wealthy, next generation leaders ready to shut down the city. Be a partaker of their growth and follow blah blah as they continue to church differently. So they're aware, and they said, "Oh, it's going to be like Sunday service, going to be lit and stuff like that."
But here's my thing, yeah. Just to save a soul or two, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a church. Like, y'all could be a gathering. What's them empowerment groups? You lot could be an empowerment group. You lot can really be about the money if that's what you want. Like, that's okay. But I just feel like this feels a little bit like, because when people, like, think about the times where you call on God and stuff like that, it's when you're down and out, it's when you're lost, it's when you're, do you know what I mean? That's the part of it that feels predatory. Just be an empowerment group. Do a sisters brunch. Do a mandem's meal. Like,
no, honestly.
Like, do what you want. But I just feel like to play on that, it just, anyway.
But then
and that's what keeps annoying me. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, they won't get the tax breaks if they were a normal company. It needs to be a nice church charity so you can enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah. These people are all, you know.
I remember when I told you guys a while ago as well that they have like different trap houses and whatever. So in the statement, when they were...
So to clarify, a trap house is...
So basically they have like different houses where people live. So when they recruit young people off the streets...
Oh, okay.
They all move in the house. It's like it's just houses where they
But
all
it's
live
not
in.
drugs though. It's not like they're cutting up.
Anybody know what they're doing in there?
Okay.
What, do they call it trap houses though?
I think they do, you know.
Yeah, I think I've heard.
Yeah, I think I've heard just the term linked to that. I don't know what they're doing in there. Yeah. But
you know when it's so blatant.
but basically, yeah, in like just to show you guys how many what they do. In 2019, they had the report shows that there was like £610,000 of rent expenditure.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So they
several
really
properties.
Huh?
That's several. Did they own those properties or did they just rent?
I'm not sure.
You
That
don't know.
is
so
to
I'm
be
not asking Esther like
determined.
she's part of the church.
No, because I really have a vim for them, don't I? But I'm not sure. But I've heard like people say people used to go there and don't go there anymore. They've said that it's not owned and stuff like that, and it's all basically like just tricks and just appearing rich. I don't know if you guys saw that video of that girl doing like a tour of her wardrobe and stuff.
Yes.
The most embarrassing thing I'd ever, like, honestly, I felt so sick.
I couldn't watch it all the way through.
Basically, she was doing a tour, she apparently lives in like a penthouse, right?
Yeah.
But it's a rented penthouse because people found it online where it's still for rent. And she basically had her stuff in there, but she was doing like a, like a tour guide, right? But you could tell that she was finding out about the place as we were.
Yeah.
So she had like a wardrobe of like designer stuff. And she's like, oh, what do I feel like wearing today? And then she picks up, she's like, I think I'll wear this. But you could tell that like all the stuff in there was rented stuff. Like she didn't have a clue what was in there. I don't know whether she was late to the shooting,
to the rehearsal,
and she didn't have time to get familiar with the place.
Do you know
what?
what?
She's like, oh, like the toilet's in here. And she opens, she's like, nope, sorry, that's the cereal cupboard. It's like, sis,
do you know what
behave
got me?
yourself.
It was a fridge.
The fridge.
I'm gonna get myself a drink.
Yeah,
She opened it like this much, yeah.
she
know
looked at
what?
this is like,
I'm just gonna have water. I said, sis, do you know what it is
funny,
about editing though? Editing.
Couldn't you just say that cut?
yeah, exactly.
Like, did you not have
what
enough
she
memory
do.
card? I did
If you
not
see the way exactly what
She
Chloe
opened
did,
it like this.
she peeped into it. Because she's like, I'm just
like
gonna get
TV
myself a drink.
lessons. And then she,
And I know she meant juice. And she peeped it. She was like, only water. I just get water.
I said, because my thing is, yeah, as someone who's even a self-taught editor, since we could have made this work, let's start again. Do you know what? Let me just open the. Let us.
All she needed was 5 minutes here to just quickly run around the apartment. But she's like, oh, like, I'm going to go to the toilet. But she wasn't sure that was the toilet behind this door.
Then let's reshoot. It's not that deep. I couldn't watch it all the way through. I
couldn't. I honestly, I cringed so
And then somebody
much.
was like, bro, this is an Airbnb. I'm like the real estate person for it. And I just was like, yo.
And all the clothes you could tell was just rented clothes because the tags were still in them and it was just a whole thing. And she's like trying to make up on the spot. I was like, this is embarrassing, man.
Anyway,
It's
that's somebody
embarrassing.
that believes in what she's doing, boy. So that's done that.
But, yeah. And then something about Drake.
Wait. I put something in the body document.
Oh, about wind up.
You wind up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so to wind up a company means to follow legal due process for shutting it down, usually via liquidation.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. But I don't know if I believe them saying that, they're not being investigated. I really hope they are being investigated because, but when you're using allegedly using like dead people's identities and stuff like that to get money and stuff, you've got to investigate that.
Yeah, but I think fraud is usually quite hard to prove. Like, I know it's not hard to prove, but I feel like you need to build a bit of a, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I hope they're keeping on the low. Do you get what I mean? Like, I hope that they're investigating these things, but they're not telling them so they don't, run. Because I genuinely feel like when it all comes to a head, he's just going to go to Nigeria. And annoyingly, he's just going to go and be a politician in Nigeria, be a governor or something in Nigeria. Things like that. But Drake's new video. Can someone read up with this?
Did you not put this?
I didn't.
Oh,
I thought
It wasn't me.
I didn't.
Brent,
believe it.
was it you?
Okay.
I thought it was Brent. He feels like a
To the
setup.
People's Journal?
Wait, okay,
Well,
let's
you guys are used to Emmanuel's sarcasm, right?
Was it
Oh,
you?
no, that was very
It was me.
convincing.
Serious.
I
Yeah,
really
that was very
believed you.
convincing.
I was like, oh, it's Brent. Like, Brent.
Okay.
Has anyone watched the video?
Yeah.
Let's start all the way.
It was
What's the
mad.
video like?
So he's getting married to like.
Oh, you're making fun of
20
your
different girls.
polygamy. Okay.
So I
Ginny.
think that's where he's joking from.
Okay.
Oh, because he said, "Oh, inspired." We're lucky out the doctor.
So,
you're
so
banned.
you don't want this to sleep. You want
He
everyone
said-
to know
No.
that's your brand.
People are commenting about it.
Okay, do you know what? Let me tell people what you said. Let me
Oh
read you.
my
Let me bring you guys into something personal. In my notes that I did not write, right? He says Drake's new video seems he was inspired by some amazing and productive TDA ideas.
I should have from
LOL.
productive. I should have known. Productive and economic.
It's amazing that got me. It's amazing.
I should have known.
Your polygynist is not amazing. There's nothing amazing about that
And
idea.
you feel like Drake is now community. What's that word? Contributing to the black community even more now that he's married.
Now that he
many
fake
women.
married,
I've never been more
Proud.
proud of Drake in my life.
you are disgusting.
I think he listens and watches TDA.
Are they all black women?
No.
No.
But you don't need
Are
that.
you proud of that?
You're
Yeah,
proud
but
of that?
Drake's like half and half, though, innit? So he can do what he wants.
Oh, now he can do whatever he wants. But
Why
I thought the whole point.
Because
I thought the
all your
purpose of
kids will be
this.
black anyway, regardless of who you had them with, innit?
There you go.
Don't do that.
Don't bring good
Don't
things.
bring. Give me your iPad. Stop
Don't
it.
uncross your legs. What's this?
Honestly, what do you think
Like
this
this
is? The heck? Well, no, yeah, I think for me, the funniest part of the video, I still haven't watched the video, I haven't listened to what we'll get into anyway, but is that Tristan Thompson, wasn't it Tristan Thompson?
Yeah,
Thomas. Is it
It's Thomas, isn't it?
Tristan,
No, it's not.
Thompson.
Okay.
Tristan put down a Kardashian Thompson, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he was the
a-
best man. And I was saying to Coy earlier that I just feel like it's the cheekiest thing. I mean,
It's
on
offensive.
Friday we told you guys about the season finale where she
Yeah,
found
yeah,
out he
yeah.
has another child, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just think it's so cheeky for you to be a best man to a man who's getting married to multiple women when you've been cheating with multiple women. I just think it's so cheeky. And
But he would have asked her.
Think so?
He would. I feel like he would
Tristan,
have asked her.
do you know what I don't
Tristan
think he
doesn't
would
come
have?
across to me as someone with like that's on.
What do you mean he would
like,
have asked her? And she
No,
said, yeah, cool, do it.
I think so.
I don't think so.
He
And I
would
don't
have.
think so
Have you
because
not seen like Chloe is like her whole thing is I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it makes sense to me, but it's like to come across as unbothered about this as
okay, but
possible.
behind closed doors, she's very bothered. Is
Yeah, of course. Yes.
that what you mean? Like she just wants
yeah,
people to
like
think
as
that
in
she's
like
not bothered.
do what you want. Like Drake's
Yeah.
our friend, like whatever. Do you know? And this is what I'm saying. I think it's rude for Drake to even ask Tristan. like,
I think Drake is cheeky for that, but I like it. I respect it.
I think he's very cheeky for
I
that.
think Drake sees what I see, which is that Tristan just wants to be freed. I don't know, man. I just think, yeah.
And also, just like, I think it's very important. for
Oh
us to
no, it's
stress
not. Someone tells
that-
me it's not.
It's very important. Tristan had kids with multiple women, right?
Mhm.
That's different to marrying multiple women. Drake is taking responsibility of the children.
you know
that
it's
will
a
come from
video.
this. Yeah,
All I
yeah.
hear, all I hear.
But in a world where, you know,
No, but all
it's
I
a
hear is
reality,
multiple women, and that's why I close off.
that's your problem.
It's
And
not.
that's-
It's gonna be your problem too. If you're out here encouraging people to be having multiple people, multiple women, no.
Anyway, like I was saying, Drake is taking responsibility of the women as well as the kids.
Drake could afford
Tristan
many wives.
is
Though.
just doing. There you go.
He could. I'm not saying he. I
I
don't think.
think he would
I
look
don't
after
think
them as well.
emotion. Nah, you can't emotionally be there for more. Like, do you see how many wives were in that video? Nah.
Men struggle to be there emotionally for one woman.
Yeah.
25?
In fact, that's your lot's complaint. Anyway, like women are not like one woman.
They're like,
She
oh
knows
my
what she
gosh,
wants.
she's
Oh my
asking
gosh,
she
like,
wants to
she's
spend
feeling
time
this way.
together.
And now you want to collect 12.
Well, also,
Now you want 12.
just to give props to the originator. Remember, Fela did this first. He married 27 women in real life.
Who?
Fela.
Fela Kuti.
Yeah, but
So, and he's a legend. He's amazing. He's a
He's a
prophet,
legend for his
everything.
music.
music.
Not as a, I don't know about as a father.
Well, let me inform you. He's a very fantastic father.
Why, was he your dad?
No, but if you listen to Sean Kuti talking about him, Femi Kuti talking about
What
him,
about his daughters?
And no, wait,
all the
wait.
daughters too.
Those are just
They
2
love
kids.
him.
And what about the other kids?
They love him. The
How
ones
do you
that,
know?
the
What
ones
are
that
these?
have
Tell me
spoken out.
5
The
names
dad
of
is
5 more children.
wavy. A
No,
wavy
just the ones
dad.
that have spoken out. Because obviously not all of them are like important people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't
I
mean it in a
said
bad
productive
way.
members of society.
Society.
No, I just mean, you know what I mean? Like some of them are like, musicians. They're known basically. Some are just normal.
I just know Femi and Sean.
And they love him. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
those are
saying.
the only 2 that I know.
Because
And
they're
those are probably the only 2 that spend
musicians.
that much time with him because they're the only 2 that are music as well. So they probably got that inspiration from him because they spend that much time with him. The other 25 kids and however many else he had, we don't know their story. Come on TD, I want to hear
You
it.
are assuming the worst.
And
you're assuming the best.
absolute best.
I'm assuming based on the stats that I have. And based on the stats that I have,
2 of the kids out of
it's
27.
better than
I
zero.
would like to see the receipts for tomorrow. Thank you very
I
much.
think also as a dad, it's easier to come across as a cool dad.
Okay.
Like your dad being cool is kind of all you need to feel like, I don't know, your mom can't be like, I don't know how many cool mums there are that gets the overall your great mum treatment. Whereas if a dad is cool, I feel like that can lead to just you're a great dad. If your dad is just wavy in some way, I don't know, he has a job that's cool. I just happened last time as well.
I thought that was tooth,
My tooth.
But you know I can't see. I'm got my glasses on.
But yeah, I just feel like it's easier for a dad to sell through that if your dad is wavy, got a wavy job or something, it's easier for him to convince the kids that
But
he's...
at home at night
Not saying that he's not a good dad. I'm not saying that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's easier for a dad to kind of pedal that forward than a mum.
I think that works when you're a kid. But when you're a grown man,
Nah. I think which one of them is going to come out and then say now this legend that's known around the world was a deadbeat father?
yeah, because they can't. Because he wasn't. He was there.
I would like to see how many Instagram posts he got for Father's Day. That's what I would like to see.
The
Anyways,
man
I'm
is
done. the word on my road is drying. I'm done.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Esther, for Word on Road. Let's jump to the People's Journal. It doesn't even feel any section anymore.
So today, People's Journal, economic news and whatnot, it's going to be very quick. And
Brett said stop saying that. He said stop saying that. He told you.
and basically, what I'm going to say is, obviously, we spoke earlier about the strikes with the trains and whatnot.
Mhm.
Basically, what it's saying is that's looking to pretty much inspire teachers and NHS workers also to potentially strike due to pay. So so it's coming up to the point where the NHS workers are going to be sitting down at the table to discuss their annual payoff and whatnot, and they're expected to obviously ask for something kind of in line with inflation, which is currently 9.2%. If they get any shorter than that, it may be a situation where Unison, which is the union body that represents them, they may be like, look, you guys need to do something about this. Otherwise, because 2% ain't going to be enough. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it doesn't come to that because, with COVID and everything, people, really saying they appreciate the NHS and obviously teachers as well. Hopefully they can come to some type of resolution.
I've got a question for you actually.
Mm.
If like everyone's salaries went up in accordance with the inflation price, would the country be in recession? Would that be poor for the country? If every employee everywhere,
It depends how you go about it. So
Okay.
if the government was just going to start printing money
okay,
to kind of do that, then yeah, you're finished. But if you're actually just saying, you know what, I'm going to take less profits so that we can actually help people,
yeah.
then no, it would help.
But people wouldn't do that, though, would they? Take less profits to help people.
Business, I mean, some may, but typically,
No.
like businesses, if they'll find another way to to maintain those profits, pretty much.
Because I bet even in the government, they don't even do that with their bodies, do they?
What do you mean? In
Like the
terms of-
government, so like government workers and stuff like that,
Mhm.
they wouldn't get, their pay wouldn't go up because of
with
inflation, would
inflation, I don't think so. Because who would you be, trying to campaign to? You know what I mean?
Scary, man.
So
It's not a scam.
so that's hopefully it doesn't come to that. Also something similar. Make UK. So they're basically the trade body for manufacturers in this country. They're pretty much saying, government, we need help, man, because it's going to come to that time again. Also because of the cost of living crisis, which I said before, affects companies as well. Like the energy prices was too much in it, and it's just causing a lot of disruption in terms of manufacturing. And if we can't pay for this, we can't pay for the higher transport costs. Everything to do with just running a business, right? It's gonna pretty much collapse, man. So yeah. that's also another situation where the government needs to find money from somewhere. Again, and kind of like what you just said as well.
Yeah.
If they start printing money, then yeah, we're definitely going to be in
But they won't do
serious-
that.
I don't think they'll do that.
But what's the science behind that though?
behind what?
You printing money and the value goes down.
Because if there's more of it, that value is one. So for instance, say we have 100 gold bars.
Yeah.
We have two £50 coins, right? They both split this value. We have two, I don't know, types of currency or whatever,
Yeah.
just two notes, right? All of that is represented in these two notes. We create more, each note is worth less because that
Okay.
value is
Yeah.
distributed across all of these notes. So if
Yeah.
we make tons, that every note means less and less. No matter what number you put on it, it means less and less. And that's why Naira really only translates as so much. You know what I mean? Because there's so much of it. Along with the fact that economically they're just not in the right position as well.
Okay.
So we can't just be printing out tons.
Perfect analogy.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is why I keep saying, if you're going to get a rise, you need to get something in line with inflation. Because just because, again, train drivers maybe get 60K, and it sounds like a lot, because of inflation, you're getting 10% less than the very next year. And your bills are rising.
Rising, yeah.
How are you
Sick.
really maintaining that life? So
Are we going to get through this? We're going to get through this.
Yeah, hopefully.
You already forgot.
Man said, I bought my ticket to
But wait.
Nigeria.
Did we even get through the last recession?
Yeah, we're here though.
No, but see, that's
You got some of the coldest questions in the world.
I didn't get it.
What?
What? What do you mean?
You're just the best. You're the
I'm a
best.
mess.
You're the
What do you
you're,
mean?
No,
you're the best. I said you're the
Oh,
best.
thanks, babes.
The coldest.
You're pretty good too.
Man said, did we make it through the last recession?
I don't know if they're applauding you or not, but
I don't
that's
know.
a fair
I don't
question.
know.
in my
But it's a
opinion,
fair
'cause
question because I feel like we just doubled down. Like we just
I feel like
in the
there's
middle
a-
of getting through the other one. It's like, oh, another one quickly.
I don't even know when the shit's.
Okay,
I feel like they need to
Oh, okay.
announce when
I
it
get
ends.
Okay, I get
What do you
you
think
mean.
I meant?
It doesn't matter.
No, it
How I
matters.
clip it.
Okay, do you know what? For my closure, because you're just annoying.
Yeah.
What do you think I meant?
No, because when she was saying like, are we gonna make it through this recession? And then you was like, did we make it through the last one? It's like we've had a recession, but we're here, so obviously we made it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with
I just thought the
listen,
recession was
I'm
continuing.
so happy I was being honest.
No, but
because
when you said extra what you said, then I understand what you meant.
Okay.
Like,
I just feel
it's got
like-
worse, isn't it?
at the end of a
Yeah.
recession. Oh, of course.
Mhm.
Okay.
No,
Okay, in my head, at the end of a recession, or when things get better, they need to announce it. Like they need
They
to
will
have
have
a
a
day
tea
off or
party or
something.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because honestly, my whole life, all I've heard is recession. So I'm with
Honestly.
Esther in terms of not knowing when the tail of one snake ends and the beginning.
Yeah,
of
so
another
I just
starts.
want, yeah.
Don't
I
worry,
thought
Esther,
this is the
man.
second one.
I mean, he's still gonna duppy you, but it's fine. I'm with
I'm
you.
so confused. Do you know, sorry, I've got to say, right? I'm so educated. Because I always be seeing him sounding dumb all the time. And I'm really over it.
Listen, I can read and write. Okay.
I can read and write. I have a degree. Like, I got
So
A
you
in
have to
maths.
prove yourself. We know.
No, because Brent is just working against me.
That's
Do you know-
coming
do you
to a
know-
degree.
Can I change this? I don't know if it's this. But I really say some dumb shit. I've seen it. And you know what's mad? You guys don't even hear 95% of it. That's why I don't
Yeah,
like
that's why
Brent.
he's always laughing.
Brent, he is
Yeah.
most of the nonsense that
I
comes.
hear everything you say.
Yeah, you know what? Because sometimes he looks at me and I'm like, let go. Let me see. Stop it. Oh, okay. Interesting.
And the last thing, which
She really
Kinda
did say
goes
that
into
at
this
Slavy's had
also.
accommodation, but it's like,
And you know I can't say accommodation on Twitter now. It's mad.
it was how serious you were.
I know.
Esther. Sorry.
no, I'm just gonna say.
And also, sorry, Iman keeps reading it up on his stories. I'm really over
Do you
it.
know how funny that clip is?
People
Oh
speak
my
to me
God.
about that.
No.
On my life, people speak to me about that. They're like, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's one of the funniest
She
things
said,
I've seen.
because you know they were employed in that. And they have to worry about accommodation. And I
It's so
just,
sad.
the things that all our faces, as we were just like, when is she gonna deep it? But she didn't deep
She's
it.
I did.
like,
I'll be honest
hold
with you,
on,
when the clip
what's
came, I
going
still didn't deep it. I deep it like afterwards.
And
And I was like, oh, I said they got fired.
She said, wait, what's going
What's
on?
going on? Innit? When you said that,
No, you know, because I looked at Mark. Said, if Mark's ever listening and does this, that's when I was like, oh shit, like.
I go to Mark.
If Mark is approving,
Yeah, I saw Marvin commented, yeah, Esther thought Sleepy was Butland.
no, guys, I promise I really am smart.
No, that is quality.
Oh, what a dive.
It was Butland. It
For
be your
shame.
own people, you
You
know.
be your own people.
It be your own people.
Be your own Brent.
Oh
Damn.
shit.
yes. The last thing is to help with the cost of living,
Yeah.
there's a scheme offering interest-free loans. to people who
Okay.
are financially vulnerable. And that's basically, there was a trial in Manchester, rolled out, I guess they believed it worked or whatever.
Yeah.
And also basically it's going to expand to reach up to 20,000 people. It will be run by like credit unions and other type of lenders like that. And yeah.
How much is it?
I'm not too sure yet, you know. Basically, yeah. So basically, you can borrow between £100 and £2,000. The average amount borrowed is £500.
A month or period? That's the sum.
I think that's just it.
I guess that would get people from 1 month to another.
You know
yeah,
what? Yeah,
yeah.
I guess.
So
And how do they
basically-
pay this back?
One second. So basically, it's only available to people who have been turned down for normal borrowing. That's
Oh,
the first thing. You can borrow between £100 and £2,000. The average amount borrowed is £500. They can borrow the money for 6 to 18 months. And the average length of time is 12 months. And the customers can only have one no interest loan. So, yeah. What was the question again, sir?
Why didn't they just make that? Oh, I said, how do people pay that back? Would I have to like
I
set
think
up a
we-
direct debit?
Yeah,
Or?
like, yeah. Just like a normal loan, I guess. But you're just not paying no interest. So it
That's so
helps.
sad, you know.
What?
That because if you're saying to people that they can borrow like between £100 and £2,000, yeah.
Mhm.
When you think of the way the costs and stuff has gone up, that isn't really even much, right?
Mhm.
And you're saying that they've got 18 months to pay it up. Clearly, they're not people that can afford that.
But it's better than not having anything.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
And you remember, there's no interest. So I'm giving you £2,000.
Okay,
You're paying
yeah.
it back to me bit by
yeah.
bit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can take care of what you need right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then, you know, so
Yeah,
it definitely
Oh
would help.
shit!
I forgot the interest part.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, it was,
Can you hear?
No, mine's in and out.
What
Actually,
was
mine's,
that?
mine's
gonna
only
do?
in one.
think
one
just-
episode.
That little flick you just did. What was that?
Plug
Really
It's because I
do?
touched
I
it
think
with
you
my
just have to
foot and
swing
it
you
messed
switch-
up.
I think you have to try and put them back in
Yeah.
Lola, nobody wants to actually just get up. Everyone's talking like
because it's long, you know.
Is
I
that
think
right?
that's,
Yeah.
everything's
I
working.
don't have to get up when there's other people
There you go.
who can.
And I'm scared as well. No, I'm actually scared. I'm always scared like a boob will pop out or something like that. So I hear
I'm
you.
so done. Now I'm just lazy.
Yeah. So how do I get one of them loans? I want £2,000.
I don't think you get to say, I
Um,
just want
yeah,
this.
I think you have to actually apply for a loan elsewhere and be turned down first.
And I don't think you'll be turned down.
yeah.
because
I
you
think
know
someone
the
should
amount
start a
of content you
company
do.
where
You know what? I was thinking the same thing.
it's a
Start a
Nigerian in us.
I'll start a company. You ask me for a loan.
I'll say no, and then yeah,
And you go and get your loan from there.
Oh yeah, that's lit. Let's do that. I don't know if my credit's good.
allegedly.
Actually, they give me credit the other day. I used credit the other day just because I was gonna buy my TV. Innit? I was supposed to
Oh
buy
yeah,
it.
have you got it now?
No, it's coming tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna be in the same position. I need to get.
The man's gonna be pissed off. He's saying,
What
you
about-
just don't learn. You
I
just
need-
don't want to
I need
teach
to
you.
get-
Is June going to be around?
Potentially, that's what I'm looking into. I'm gonna make this work. I'm getting my TV. I'm getting my TV tomorrow. Yeah,
I
But-
can't believe you.
yeah. I was gonna go and buy the TV, and then I thought, I don't know, why am I paying for this TV? I'm just taking it. So I just took it, and I was gonna pay.
He meant he paid it with credit.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
didn't pay
Yeah,
enough.
please.
Made that
Oh, yeah, I
clear
was
because the
thinking you stole
Achilles.
the TV.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you're like, why would I pay for it? I just took it.
I don't want to empower the Achilles to do the wrong thing.
No, so I just took it. 'Cause obviously, I was gonna say, look, I'll just take it and I'll just pay it off monthly,
Over time,
whatever,
yeah.
whether it be £20 a month. I won't even feel that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I won't even notice it, and then just keep all the free cash that I got and use it to finish doing what I'm doing.
Birthday's
coming
That
up.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then actually, what I even done, I didn't even do the monthly installments one. I took it and I have to pay it. I have to pay for it within 6 months, and it's interest free.
Oh, just free, yeah.
Mm.
See?
That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
Yeah, that's essentially the same as this thing there.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm saying I want more credit.
He said, I like this.
I've had-
system.
yeah, I've had a taste
I
of
said,
it.
I like this.
It's a bit of me, that.
yeah, I want more stuff.
You can't keep doing that if you want to be upper class, babes. You can't. You go.
No,
Why?
No, but this is gonna help with building up my credit as well.
Yeah.
This is all
Okay,
good.
yeah. That's true, actually.
There's a method to my madness. I don't do
Esther's
things for no
really
reason.
gonna ride Marks into the upper class. She said, "What? Mashed ham Marks?
Listen.
yo, you
Why
think
you
I'm
gonna be
being
so nice to him now? We're gonna be besties by the time you're upper class. I'm gonna be assistant upper class. Watch.
Yes.
Now I believe in him.
The
All
people
right.
journal is now over.
All right, then we appreciate
You
that.
see how shady that was? He was like, the people's gen is now over.
Yeah, it's never quick. You need to stop saying it. I wasn't with him before, but now I am.
He's gonna say
But
it's us.
guys, let's jump into Love Island the day after.
I was thinking, oh, did I get the order
I'm
mixed up?
so
That's what I
sorry.
was thinking. I was thinking.
This is the wrong time for this. Why not next week? I'm so sorry. Let me be quiet. So I scroll down too much. Okay, should I re-intro?
No.
Okay, well, anyway.
It's messy. Like,
It's the daily segment. No, it's the daily segment, the rotation. Take it over, Yusuf.
No music?
He said
played the
he said
music.
no.
He
done
he
it.
played it.
He said
She fucked up.
All right. This is
it was a mistake.
this is the weekly segment, the rotation. So guys, yeah, welcome back to Rotation, your weekly music segment. We're going to get into some singles from Chris Brown and Diddy, Drake's album, and then Lethal B also released an EP. All right, so start with Chris Brown. He released a song called Call Me Every Day featuring Wizkid, which is a single off of his upcoming album, Breezy. All right. It's an Afrobeats vibe, mellow vibes. It sounds like something that was left off of Made in Lagos.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like when you listen to it, you can imagine it. It will fit right in on that album. So I believe this was a Wiz track that was left off the
Okay.
album. He gave to Chris,
Okay.
or maybe even a song that they made together for the album that they didn't make on the
Oh
album.
yeah.
Because it sounds so similar to the direction and the dynamics of that album, innit? Good beat, lots of saxophone, like lots of sax. Sax is like the
A lot.
I love sax.
what's it called? The bass of the song, should I say? Target audience, I would say Wizkid fans will love it. Afrobeats community also like it as well. My verdict is it doesn't make the rotation, to be fair. It doesn't really
Give.
touch me. It don't give enough. It's a cool song to listen to as a part of the album,
Yeah.
but as a standalone track, as a single, it doesn't give enough. There isn't enough vim to this song for me.
Yeah.
And it's too quick as well. It's like 2.5 minutes, maybe less than that.
Yeah. As a Chris Brown fan, I wasn't really.
Yeah. Oh, you heard it, right?
Yeah, but I feel like it should.
Yeah.
I agree that I feel like it's more of a Wizkid song.
Exactly.
If Chris Brown had featured on it, I probably would have been more open to it. But it doesn't sound
Yeah.
like a Chris Brown
Yeah.
song.
I think if the song was longer and they restructured it,
Mm.
it would work better on Wiz's album. But the way they've given it to us, I don't really love it. So
Yeah.
it does not make my rotation. Next up, we got Diddy. He's got a new single called Gotta Move On featuring Bryson Tiller. It's kind of the first look off of his new project, Love. I believe that's what it's called. He hasn't put it out there officially, but that's what he's running with right now, the Love era. He actually performed it at the Billboard Awards not too long ago. R&B vibes. It's more like a Bryson Tiller song, to be fair, because Bryson Tiller is literally on the song from start to finish. Diddy just does outro and some ad-libs. So it's more a Bryson song. It's more Bryson Tiller beat as well. Again, this seemed like it was a Bryson song that he gave to Diddy, or Diddy said, Bryson, I need you to give me one of your vibes, basically. innit? The song is supposedly about Cassie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I Gotta Move On as a tagline. One of the lines is, she don't love me, I guess I gotta move on. So that's the...
Very direct.
Yeah.
Very straight to the
Very
point.
clear.
Yeah. She don't love me, I gotta move on. That's the tagline of the song, innit?
Can I add some tea to that?
Yeah, go on.
So, made you think actually brought this to my attention.
Yeah.
What's the name? This Miami.
Yeah, my
She did like a TikTok for it. So he was like, this is a song about somebody else. Obviously, they're not dating, they're not girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yeah,
but
but
the
they
idea
go
is that
together.
your current girl is promoting a song that's about the girl that
Yeah.
you had difficulty getting over.
Yeah.
And then your current side chick is telling you that she put you onto that song. So I don't know if you lot have seen, but you know his girlfriend Gina, the one that was
Yeah.
kind of there on
Yeah.
and off through. She was like, I think she's bitter right now or upset right now. And she was like, I introduced you to Bryson Tiller. I put you onto that song in 2020. And where's my credit?
Gina.
It's like,
Okay.
it's Gina, let it go. But yeah, so
Yeah.
anyway, that's just a bit of tea.
Yeah.
Just put this in.
Yeah, the song's okay. I don't love it. at
Do you
all.
think though, does that kind of make you think about what his album might be like? Where it might be a thing where it's like mainly artists, then he just kind of.
Yeah. I think
It's
this
like a
album is just
one-liner.
going to be vibes. I don't think he's going to be the star of the album. I think
Okay.
he's going to be the orchestrator.
Like a
he's
DJ
gonna put it
Khaled.
together.
DJ Khaled.
He's going to create a vibe, which is love, R&B, whatever. But I don't think he's going to be the star of the album.
Are you looking
Because
forward to it?
this song kind of shows me. What's that?
Are you looking forward to the album?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. Diddy as an artist in 2022 doesn't captivate me in the slightest.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I'm not really. I'll listen to it, of course, but I'm not.
You're not dying
I'm
for
not
it.
eagerly waiting.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, innit? Does the song make the rotation? It does not. To be fair, the song is very
Game's
throwaway.
a tough
The
competition
rotation?
today.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm kind of a tough critic sometimes. All right, next is getting to the meat of it. I know you guys probably heard the album as well. So Drake's album, Honestly, Never Mind, his 7th album.
Oh, I thought you meant like honestly.
Oh, no,
Never mind.
No, oh, sorry. That's the name of the album. The album is called Honestly Never Mind. It's his 7th album. It's his 2nd album in 9 to 10 months. So obviously he released CLB, Certified Lover Boy, back in September. So 2 albums in quick succession. 14 tracks, 53 minutes long, 1 feature, which is 21 Savage. Some of the producers on the album, you got Black Coffee, who's the executive producer. So when I saw that, it kind of stood out to me. Obviously, that's kind of unusual, right? You got Carnage, Rampart, 40, of course, that's his go-to in-house producer. Tay Keith, and another guy called Kid Masterpiece. But there's bare other producers, this is just a few. So yeah, essentially, this is a dance album. This is a dance album, house music. This is Ibiza, Ministry of Sound.
Zara changing room.
He's singing throughout the whole album. He's got 1 rap song, which is the last song with 21. Apart from that, it's just pure singing. Obviously, everyone was taken aback by this album because 1, he dropped it as a surprise. There was no build-up. There was no announcement. There was no singles. It was just, boom, it just came out. I'm hearing the story is because Beyonce has announced her album is coming out in July, everyone's just, putting their shit out now to clear the way for Beyonce. And apparently that's why he just threw it out there. I believe that to be true because I've heard that's kind of how the industry works sometimes. When you hear the big person's coming,
get out of the way.
You don't want their release to step on your release. So you just put your stuff out. Because I do think it's unusual that he just released it just like that without I know it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's done it before as well. But I just think the Beyonce announcement did kind of make him just throw it out there. So obviously this album I don't believe is what fans expected, considering obviously Drake is a rapper, he does R&B. So for him to release a full-on house music album, Unz basically, was quite surprising. So I was trying to listen to this album as a house dance album. I wasn't trying to critique it as a rap album because it's not a rap album. And I want you guys' thoughts as well. This is not what I want from Drake. But I can't say it's a bad album because it didn't give me what I want because it's not a rap album. So they may just critique it as a house album. I don't have, like I was saying to you earlier, I don't have a reference point because I don't really listen to house music anyway. But in isolation, I think the album's cool. In isolation. Is it what I want from Drake? Hell no. Will I listen to his album again? I've listened to it 3 times just for this. Will I listen to it again after today? Probably not. But if I was in Ibiza and I heard this,
What's going on?
I'll groove. Because for what it is, a house album, a dance album, it's all right. But as someone who wants rap from Drake and R&B from Drake, this is not what I want from Drake.
Okay.
Would it stand? I know none of doesn't even listen to house, yeah?
No.
Okay, so I would love to hear what someone who listens to house
Yeah,
has to
exactly,
say, like in terms of comparing it. Is
Yeah.
it good or does it sound like when
Well,
Hannah
people who
Montana
like
was
that
doing
kind
it?
of shit's gonna love it, innit? I see a lot of people complaining, but after all the hype and after all the complaining and like when the dust settles, I've seen people like talking about it, like what they like songs that they like, bare songs that they like. Bare people telling me songs that are good that I listen to, thinking like, what is this shit? And they're saying, no, this one's good, that one's good, this one's good, and I'm like, all right.
I had someone say that they think basically that album is giving just kind of put music out there to kind of fulfill a contract kind of thing.
That's what I thought. Maybe. But
hold on, let me see because
I've
I'm sure he signed.
contract.
I'm sure he signed
Because-
doing it. I think that the situation that he's in, I think he's comfy. He's going to be in it for cool. So I didn't think he had
Yeah,
I
no,
tried
I
to
don't
look it
think
any
up.
commitments to get albums out or anything. But even
Yeah.
then, I was thinking that I did think that, but I don't think he's in that position, though, is he?
I don't think he's that. He don't think he's in that position anymore. He was when he was with Cash Money and Young Money,
Okay, yeah.
and I believe he was. I think if you're reading this, it's too late. Was one
yeah.
of those.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Let me pull it out there to fulfill my contract. This album right now, he's on OVO, his own label, but that's signed under Republic Universal Music. So, and this is I remember he signed a new deal not too long ago.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
found.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is one of them. I think Drake wanted to try something new.
He's rating it. I think he was just flexing his muscles.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You see people do this in the industry sometimes just to let's see, like,
Reactions like kind of.
let's just see how much pull I really got here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think he done that because he's moving like. I think he put something on his story. Obviously, he's got a lot of heat and a lot of flack from it, and he's just moving like he don't care with it, man. He's saying whatever, man. Like we're on next levels over here, man. Like, we'll wait for you to catch up. We're already here. You're trying to say. So he's saying like this is what it is now. Like he's got,
Okay, like I'm starting a new trend.
yeah, like he's saying like whoever don't know because you're late. But I'm telling you
so
now.
Get it.
This is
Kelly
what it
Rowland
is.
was there first, but okay.
No, but I'm just saying,
We'll
in a
get
few, well, it's right because it'll say that we're in the summer now, innit? Like you get into once we get into July and August, you don't know whether any of these songs are going to be kicking off or how people are going to be acting. And then like even like socially, it's when everybody starts co-signing things and pushing something in your face and you hear it all the time and things change, then you start to accept it yourself and you might feel like actually this is all right. You know what I'm trying to say? And obviously it's yet to see whether it happens or not yet. But I mean, it could. You don't know. Like it could be changing I don't know.
Somebody said, and I'd love to hear Yusuf's take on this. Someone said that he might just be bored of like what he's been doing.
He might be. Remember, I think sometimes in artists' careers, they just want to experiment. They want to step outside the box and try something new. So he might be tired of just making rap. And maybe that's why CLB wasn't great. Because CLB sounded like, he just had all them songs in the tuck from ages ago.
Yeah, because I can't lie, Drake has not encouraged me since Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah. And
that was the last one I was like, yeah.
And it's
I
evident.
had that on repeat. Oh.
It's evident that he likes this. I don't think he would put this album out if he didn't like this genre of music. I'm surprised he ain't on the Grime album, to be fair. The way he champions UK music, I'm surprised he ain't on the Grime
And
album.
this shit takes effort, right? Putting an album together is not something you just do because he gives you a fuck. It's like,
he obviously likes this kind of music. And obviously,
I've never seen him dance to
it's
it.
a business. There's money in this.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole genre of house music that he's now tapped into.
Yeah, I could see it earning good money.
He's going to earn good money from this. And remember, our community, as in the blacks, we're not happy with this, but other people are happy with this, isn't it?
There's the black house people.
You know what I mean?
My thing-
there is.
My thing, I would like to see what people who are avid fans of house music
Yeah,
think about this.
yeah.
Are they having the same conversation people had when he was over here in the UK? Like, is he culture vulture?
Yeah.
Like, I want to see if they're like, no, actually, this is kind of cold. Because if he taps into that market as well, I don't know, you might have to add an extra super to that superstar, you know?
Yeah, I have friends who listen to house heavily, especially Black Coffee. So I'm gonna ask them, yo.
Yeah. What is he saying? Yeah.
What's the thoughts on the Drake album? If they say, I use this it's meaty house, I'll be like, okay, cool. I take your opinion more seriously because you know what you're talking about. But my standout track for me is Text Go Green. That's kind of the song I've been grooving with the most. But overall, does this song make my rotation? It does not, only when I'm in Ibiza.
Really?
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
You tough today.
It's after they were, yeah.
Okay, there's one more person.
One
There's
more.
one more person.
I'm rooting for
Yeah, I'm
you,
rooting
sir.
for you.
All right, next up we got UK grime legend pioneer Lethal B, aka Lethal Bizzle. He's got a new EP
That
out.
intro, that
Yeah,
intro
maybe
he's
he's
on the
might make it,
rotation.
might make it.
Oh, well. Well, you'll see.
You can't say, don't hold your breath.
You can't say king of the world. But he didn't make it.
Lethal-
No.
The EP is called Lethal B versus Lethal Bizzle. I believe what he said the concept was Lethal B is more the corporate side, the businessman, and then Bizzle is the MC, the guy at the shows, the energy guy, whatever. This is his first project since 2017's You'll Never Make a Million from Grime, which was an EP as well. This is 8 songs, 19 minutes long. You've got features from Gigs, K-Trap, a guy called 8-9, sorry, one second, I lost my notes. 8-9 Debo Funds, and it's a grime hip-hop project. So overall, it's a decent project. It's nothing special, to be fair. I think it needed more songs. You know what it is about this project? So you've got 8 songs on here, right? The Daily Duppy, which is one of the songs from Grime Daily, that came out ages ago. Practice Hours was a freestyle, came out ages ago as well. One of the songs is not a song, it's just an interlude. So in interlude, you've got 7 songs. 2 of them I've already heard ages ago. So you just gave me like 5 songs. So you know what I mean? It's not enough for me to sink my teeth into it. But I do like it. It's not bad. I like my favorite songs are Dapper Dan, and which features Gigs, and the Daily Duppy that he released quite some time ago as well. You know, Lethal isn't the greatest wordsmith. He's a decent MC. He's high energy. He's very funny, very charismatic as well, and that comes across in his music. This is a nice little quick car drive, something you can listen to in the gym. But is it something I'm going to listen to repeatedly? Because obviously that's what the rotation is about, right? No. So there's certain songs on there that I like. Like, for example, Dapper Dan, I'll spin Dapper Dan.
But why the pause?
But no, but I love that. It's a dramatic effect. It was like, something I listen to? No.
I'll spin Dapper Dan with Gigs will go into a little playlist. The Daily Duppy, I like that a lot, to be fair. That will go into a rotation. So with this project, there's certain songs that will go into a rotation. The whole project as a whole, no. I'm probably going to give it I've given it the once over or the twice over, to be fair. But I'm not going to listen to the whole thing from top to bottom again. So yeah, but certain songs are good.
That's a shame because I think the concept of the album sounds cold.
You know what it is? I hear you. The concept's good. And when he announced it, I expected something different. When he gave the whole breakdown of the 2 sides of him, I thought, okay, cool. You're going to give me like 10 songs of retrospective, not conscious, but grown rap. And you speaking about who you are today and more different types of beats. And then you're going to give us 10, not 10 pounds, but
yeah,
10 pounds. And that's not what I got from this. I didn't get what I wanted from it.
Yeah.
Because he's been promoting this for ages. and I think he pushed it back a few times as well. Like I've been waiting for this because of the title, Lethal B versus Lethal Biz. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm about to get a clash of these two personalities, and I don't feel like the project properly conveyed what he set out to do. Maybe he did because obviously he's him. He pulled it out. So I guess to him, this is what he tried to convey. But from a listener standpoint, I didn't really get the message properly. But shout out to Lethal B. I fuck with some of the songs.
Man's listening to this saying, don't shut me out. How dare you?
But yeah, so overall today, not a great rotation in terms of like thumbs up. A lot of
Nothing made the rotation.
Nothing made the rotation.
It's a tough week, boy.
Sad time still.
It's a reflection of how our week is gonna go. Damn.
But yeah, I'll be back next week with some more music breakdowns, people.
That's good. Love that.
That's
All right,
good.
then.
Like that.
Well, that was amazing. Thank you very much. Just so everyone knows, these segments we also do asking for a friend and sis. What would you do? So if you have a voice note or message you want to send it to 075-6484-1073. That's 075-6484-1073. Now, let's head into not as good as rotation, but also a good segment, Love Island the day after. All right, you people, welcome. I'm so rattled. Welcome to Love Island the day after. We have a lot to talk about. Should we go by episode or should we just dive into what caught the most amount of attention? What we doing, guys? What we doing?
Hold on, I'll be doing both episodes, isn't it? I forgot.
Yeah,
we're
on
doing
Friday
both
and
episodes.
Saturday
So then-
and Sunday.
I guess the main talking point is the new girl that came in.
Yeah.
What's her name?
We're
again?
going to start with Danica.
No, because there was an explosion on Friday.
Guys, there was a whole explosion.
You
Yeah.
liar!
Yeah.
No, but we spoke about that, no?
If I don't arrest her this day.
Didn't we speak about that already?
No, because
Oh.
we ended on that, but then we didn't see the fallout of it.
Oh yeah.
So,
Davide is a legend.
you're going to get it done for racism. Watch.
I'm not gonna say that.
Oh, sorry.
No, we've already
Take
had
it
it before, you know.
Take it back. Okay, so this guy don't know nothing about. Okay, cool. So first of all, okay, so he knew that they were up on the
On the terrace.
terrace, yeah, but he didn't know about the kiss.
No, he didn't know they were up on. He asked Jay.
Yes,
Jay snitched.
Jay told the truth because if he lied
Yeah.
then he would have
Yeah.
lost all credibility in the world.
And you know what it is?
then.
I think it's difficult to lie when someone just hits you like randomly.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you done the right thing, telling the truth, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't lie to you, I don't know.
I think in terms of his
I don't think
popularity,
he should have. I don't think he should have.
in terms of his popularity to the general
Because you know what
public.
it is? I feel like it should have come up later, but I feel like he should have protected Ekansi. I don't think he should have said that.
I think he was definitely protecting himself. He was as a man,
yeah.
I'm not gonna like lie.
I think he
to
caught
another
him off
dude.
guard though, because you can see he trembled. He wanted to lie. He was like, but he couldn't think of anything quick enough. He was like, yeah, man, yeah, it was.
I think he thought about it and he just thought, I think he put himself before Ekansu. That's all it was. He was like, I'm not
I
going to go
guess.
down in history as being.
But what's the
one.
video gonna do?
Right. I mean, he did what he had to do to Ekansu.
Jay's like twice as high. He'd be right.
Yeah. But the thing, he never brought energy to Jay anyway. He brought
Exactly,
it
so-
all to Ekansu.
And that's why I think that Jay should have been like, you know what? Ask Ekin. Even ask Ekin. That's simple.
Oh,
But yeah,
actually,
unfortunately, he did that.
I don't know. I
So-
think that could have been taken two different ways. But everybody was laughing while they pretended. I feel like everybody was laughing while the argument was happening.
Yeah, because it was a silly argument. It was just, and I think, you know, it's so sad, yeah. But okay, I feel bad for David Day because obviously his accent, his not knowing English properly,
Yeah.
holds him back and expressing himself. I feel like if that wasn't,
Actually, I think it slapped harder.
I
Liar
feel like-
doesn't slap
Because I
that
feel
hard,
like
but the way he says it, go on.
do you know, I feel like people couldn't take him
It's a
seriously.
liar.
Liar.
No, he's funny, man.
Like he discovered,
But I feel like that's
he
why people
discovered
were
the
laughing.
culprit in some sort of like
You
mystery
liar.
novel. Like I don't understand, but yes, yeah,
But I feel like that's why people couldn't take it because Ikenna was laughing.
yeah, yeah.
But I feel like that's why people couldn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
So I think that if I feel bad for him on that front, but outside of that, I think it was a very funny argument. I think it was a very silly, unnecessary argument. I think they're all forgetting why they're in the house, and it's pissing me off.
Do you
now.
not think she was wrong? Like she refused to acknowledge where she was wrong in terms
Yeah.
of you did lie and all of that stuff. She was like, I was going to tell him eventually. I was like, sis, come on, if you had a penis, that I would call that a lie. So I'm gonna have to call this a lie. But I do feel like he was playing as if he was in love with her and she cheated on him.
And
The
that's
victim,
what's
the
getting-
victim playing.
Yeah, I think he's pretending that he actually really, really cares. I
And
don't
he
think that's-
didn't.
Yeah. And you know what's mad? Because this is what it is. Davide's game was, yeah. When he came in, obviously she was on him. He was with Gemma or whatever.
Yeah.
But when she came in, she was very forward, blah, blah, blah. They coupled up, cool. After the recoupling, he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything. Then another guy came in. Now he's trying to get her tea,
Mhm.
trying to make her breakfast.
Mhm.
But then all while still talking to the other guys, you're literally telling the other guys that she's doing too much. She's
That
trying to
you're not
touch you
into
in
her, why
bed.
she touching
You're
you.
doing this. You're avoiding her. You're saying all these things about this girl. Yeah.
Mhm.
The other guy that's coming is now talking to her, interested
Mm-hmm.
in her. Now you're shocked that she likes the other guy.
Mm.
Uncle,
There was a direct
please.
correlation between when he was interested and if another guy was trying to get to Ekin
Yes,
Su. There was a
yes.
direct correlation. The moment that he was saved or picked or the other person picked someone else, he dropped off her like,
No, man, he's looking for something real.
if I throw you
Good
out of
God.
this place,
That was perfect.
that is what... Guys, we're going to get in trouble.
No, but he said, yeah, he's like, if he was outside, I would have shagged.
Yeah, I shagged you on
first
first night. I shagged you first night, but I'm looking for something real, you
But
know?
he didn't like her though. That's what I'm trying to say.
He didn't.
He can present it however he
But
likes.
he knows he
we-
didn't. That's what's pissing me off.
The fact that he doesn't like it, none of the boys... Also, what I realized, nobody likes Ekin Su.
no one likes her.
Because she's annoying.
None of the boys, none of the
Yeah,
girls.
she's
She's
very...
just annoying.
Can we talk
yeah,
about
she's
Amber?
weird.
Oh, let me let you guys know.
Amber's
that point.
on Ekin Su's neck.
She hates Ekin
No, but
Su.
did you see yesterday?
She goes, look at her
Ekin Su gave
flicking
it back
her
to
hair. She's like, oh,
Can I agree with
that's
you?
something you do.
She rolled her eyes. Like,
No, but then you think she's very
Bad
she's very
vibes.
bad vibes.
very
To
bad
Amber.
vibes.
Yeah, Amber.
Yeah,
She
used to go.
disgustingly so.
She
used to
is
go.
terrible vibes to Dami. We'll talk about Dami in a second because there's a lot going
Was
over there.
India who was India rolling her eyes at? Was that Ekin Su as well?
Yeah, that was Ekin Su
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. She's
The
like,
one
are
with-
you crying because you got caught? But I feel like Amber's one is a bit more... Amber's done with the house.
And Amber's done with everything.
Everything.
Amber hates Dami. I know we get to this, but
Yeah.
Amber hates Dami.
Did you see when
she
she tried to
hates the
hug her?
house? She hates everything.
She hates
did-
everything.
oh,
And the reason why she
dear.
hates everything is because she hasn't been getting the attention that probably
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
used to outside of the house.
What
And I
attention
think-
she's... Nope. Carry on.
Say.
She said she's probably acting that way because she's used to attention outside the house. But I'm just saying, in the real world that I live in, I don't think she's getting that much attention. So really,
Hey.
truly, she's living in the world. She's living in the house as she lives outside.
Yeah.
In my opinion, maybe I see it differently. Maybe I see it
guys,
differently.
I realized
I think I see kind of where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You don't think she gets any
She
attention?
gets attention, but I
It's
don't
not
think- I don't
crazy.
think
It's
Amber's
not
getting
crazy.
attention.
It's not like stop
No.
traffic. Oh my
Shane-
gosh, it's too much for me today.
Shane beating him off with a stick.
No, I don't think she is.
Nah, it's not that deep.
I don't think
I
she
think
is.
if
There was
anything,
moments in that house where I looked at her face and it was, I said, no, she's a pretty
no, she's
girl.
a pretty girl, yeah, but you have to look at her. You have to spend time looking at her face to find that out. But I do think as well, yeah,
That is mad.
that's not mad. You guys are making a scene. Stop it.
No, not mad as in bad. It was just, it's like a really shady thing to say.
That is mad. That is mad. I'm with you.
But I do think that
I'm not going to leave it out there by myself. I got
Yeah, I
you.
don't know who you guys leaving it. I
No, do you know what it is? You shock me sometimes, Esther. I'm just come to work. I'm trying to do
Brent, I
a
need
job.
to change my scenes. I always feel like out here when I say something crazy, it's just eyes.
She's on a naughty step.
And then back of my head is hawk. I know Brent is looking at me, so I'm thinking it's a lot. But I think yeah, maybe it's a little jealousy because she's not getting attention.
Proud, baby.
I make you what?
You make me proud. Baby.
Oh, thanks, Brent. Oh, you hope you're there when they're cooking me. But I think
Ben
that
will be
she's
liking the
very-
comments. I'm telling you now.
No, he will. He will. I see the comments be liking sometimes and the stuff. But yeah, I think it's probably jealousy. You like what?
I like everything.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's jealousy because other girls keep getting attention and everyone's kind of counted her out like you're with Dami. So
yeah. And she
no
hates
guy's
Dami's
kind of
guts.
crossing that.
Yeah.
And you know the worst thing is when you know like when you're with a male friend, right? And he's not your man, nothing. But then there's guys that you see are peeping you, but they think that that's your man. So they're being respectful. It's like, no. Just respect everybody here. Talk to me. Do you get what I mean? I think it's that kind of
You got to
situation.
start insulting the man. You got to tell him, stop. Leave me alone.
What have they done now? 2 weeks? I was like,
Yeah, it's
Yes,
about 2 weeks.
you know, that's it.
yeah, and there's not even people that's like getting drawn to each other like naturally, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like, you know, like people that weren't coupled up together, but they're spending a lot of time together.
Oh, did
like,
you watch
there's not-
yesterday?
Because I
No.
think you missed.
There's a big one.
There's a something there.
There's something.
Should we just jump there?
Let's go. Let's
All
tell
right,
him.
cool. Is it Dami and
India.
Dami
Is
said,
it?
"I'll
Yes.
bite his chest." He said,
I'll do that.
"I'll do that." And then he was like, and then what's his name?
Jay.
Jay was like, "I knew it." Excuse me, sounds a bit
No,
racist.
but Ekin knew as well. She said, I knew from day one. She said, you guys' chemistry.
Really?
And what he said was,
'Cause if
he
you
said,
watch-
he said if this was the real world,
Yeah.
you can talk to Amber and India at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, he's not. And he said, I'll have the time of my life.
Because
Yeah.
he could in the real world, but in this house he can't.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Amber don't have
Yeah.
chat, man.
So what,
But
did he pick her? Or did she get...
No. So
No.
basically, she was like, he and Jay were talking in the room, and then she wants to come out with something, and he was like, "Oh, you eavesdropping?" Like, just joking, whatever. And then Jay was like, "What about her?" And he was like, "Bro, like,
He didn't even hide it.
he didn't like." He said it so quickly.
Energy.
He was like, "Nah, like,
He wants that still.
I'd have that."
And then Jay was like,
And Jay was like, "I knew it." Da-da-da-da. But he was like, "Yeah, well, why not?" Then he was like, "What you said about if it was outside world, obviously he could do both,
Mm.
but because it's in here, it's a bit awkward." But I feel like he's gonna make a move. And I feel like Amber's because you know what it is?
Kenna.
You know, like when they're showing other scenes here, in the background, I always see Dami and India. And India made reference to it. Because basically they were talking, the beanbags or whatever, they were talking, and then she was talking to David Day about how it's going with Kenna, right? So she's saying how she doesn't feel like he's really given her much. Like she feels like their personalities are very different. Like she's more outgoing, he's more quiet. And she was saying how she's not sure, right? Then she was like, it's not like Dami. Like Dami, we get on really well and we joke around. But she's like, I'm not sure. Maybe that's because we're friends, so there isn't that pressure. I said, you need to go explore
That
that.
might be a story,
Go
you know.
find out.
I hear that though. That narrative.
Do you get me? Yeah,
Because
because
they're friends, it's easy
Yeah.
for them just to chat. There's no pressure of trying to impress or
yeah,
da-da-da-da.
that's a real thing.
Well, you say that, but what you just said that my man said with his chest, that means he's been feeling that anyway.
Yeah.
No,
You know
he
what I'm
is.
saying? So the chatting, like he's
Chatting. Oh yeah, he's putting in a bit. Loki's some kind of work kind of thing.
And
So-
Amber is hard work. She's hard work to
She's
watch.
annoying,
She's not
man.
a pleasant person to be around.
Please
Like,
tell him what she did to Dami.
when he tried to hug her. So I'm standing. The guy's behind me. Dami's behind me now. I'm Amber, yeah. He tries to hug Amber back from behind. She moves forward. He drags her arms back into him, like in like a playful way. She kind of like shrugs it off. And I can't really remember her facial expressions, but
No,
she
she
did
rolled her
not
eyes.
want that hug. She didn't want that. Like everything about. She's got to the point where she's.
Did
got
he get to hug her in the end?
No.
She
So how
just-
did he?
She was just.
How did he?
They
do
just
that?
stood and just I don't know. It was just
Say he's a
standing,
seatbelt.
camera
She
just
didn't
changed.
want to be safe. She
She
didn't want
just
to be
didn't
safe.
know.
She just didn't want to be around
She
him.
doesn't
Like,
like
it
him.
was that ick thing where just like anything they do irritates you. She's there. She has a house.
Even the
in
way they
Dickland.
sleep, like
Yeah.
he's under the cover, she's above the cover. I know that. I know that. When
When she picked him, he even
Cold
looked
room.
like another week in the fields.
yeah,
Like,
but oh my gosh, did you see when she did pick him though?
Yeah.
She rolled her eyes. during her
she
speech.
said he always irritates. Even though he irritates me, he's been getting my tits.
And he hasn't even done anything.
He hasn't done
And she
nothing.
actually rolled her eyes before she said his name. I said, "Oh wow."
And it's just like that was so nerve wracking. What flogging him verbally was.
But you know what's mad
nerve-wracking.
though? I think that if she hadn't picked him, yeah, I think there's other girls in the house. Because I remember I said to you guys, I think there's other girls in the house that would pick Dami.
Yeah,
The white
they
girls are
wouldn't
liking
let
him, but
leave.
they can't because it's Amber. And I feel like she's a bit of a bitch,
Mean,
really.
yeah.
she's a bit mean. I think that's why no one's really expressing the fact that they're interested in that. Because look how quickly they were quick to express that they were interested in Ikenna. But speaking of Ikenna, he's also not interested in India, man.
He's not.
Because when the new girl spoke to him,
he gets buff every day though.
he's a
Oh
beautiful
my
man.
gosh, he was doing something in
actually-
the gym. I said, "What's that?" I said, "This is a big hunk of man, you know."
He's a beautiful man.
Anyway.
I hate to say it. I want to sound
Just
ridiculous.
respect.
What you say? He's feeling a new thing.
Yeah, he is. I think he likes white girls.
I'm not gonna
Let's face it,
lie.
he likes
Her
white girls.
reveal bang though. Like that's a really awkward thing to do to dance in front of everybody.
Yeah.
The way she did. She shook violently though.
Yeah, but you know I don't like her as well. Yeah, because she's making her. But she's small. She's petite looking, right? And it's kind of making that her personality. She's like, oh, sorry, I'm small.
I think she said it once though, Esther.
It's one too many times. You don't care. Like because she was a giant. Like, I feel like she
Who
said
did she pick? Luca.
She picked
Yeah.
Luca,
Ooh.
and
I was
that was
surprised,
a
though.
waste of a choice. Can we
shocked,
talk about that? For someone
I
who
was
didn't
shocked.
watch.
But there was two
Go ahead.
single guys she could have picked.
Yeah.
Just to play the game and be safe. Let me pick
Yeah.
someone who's single, couple up and still do my thing. She went straight for the
straight for
juggler.
Luca.
But can I?
Picked Luca
I respect
You should
that.
have
They shake the
seen-
and
game
rattled the
up.
whole thing
No,
up.
but you should
No,
have
she
seen
didn't.
Luca.
She didn't. Luca acted like she just got picked for slavery.
No,
He.
honestly,
I'm fuming.
he was like, oh,
Ekins, was like, calm down.
oh, like,
Calm down.
He's like, calm down. He's like,
Do you know
I'm
he
fuming.
sat away from her? There's a whole other human being could have sat in the space he left between, and he went to go and kiss Gemma first. It just made Gemma look like a G.
Because she was smirking.
She was smirking like.
Danica picked Luca. He's like goes to kiss Gemma as if they're saying good, as if it's an arranged marriage. Like, you don't
Yeah.
have to marry her.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Mm.
Goes to kiss Gemma quickly. She's smirking like, yeah, bitch, you thought you did something. Look.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes to Danica and the whole time he's like hand in his head, sighing.
Mhm.
Like honestly, it was so like, I'm sorry, but I feel like the producer should put him up on that because
it was rude.
it made her feel so awkward. I don't know, it's a game, but he made her feel like
Yeah, bad.
like
Yeah.
crap. And she told
Yeah.
him, she's like, oh, you made me feel like, oh, like fuck off kind of thing. And
Is
he
that
was
what
like,
she said?
she said that to him. She's like, you made me feel like, oh, I should just like F off and like, oh, why am I here kind of thing. And he's like, oh no, he's like, no, if I meant that, I would have said it. I was thinking, you're missing the point.
Are you crazy?
It's what you were doing. Like, Ekin had to keep saying to him, just calm down. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm fuming. And he's saying this like, not under his breath, out loud, interrupting other people's speeches. Bro, you don't have to marry her. Like,
Well, he's interrupting his speeches saying he's fuming.
yeah. He's just had an ad
What I don't get
in
is
the
you're
corner.
all in the same house, villa, whatever. You can still chill with Gemma.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay with the girl. You just,
No, but he's
you know what I
mad
mean?
insecure because
He's
when
mad.
when Gemma then picked the V-Day, he was like he seemed a little bit bothered by that. As in, bro, she can't double pick you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Ekin-Su was also like, that's interesting. I was like, I like
Ekin is
Ekin-Su
acting anyway.
because she's delusional, yeah. But sometimes the delusionalness is just
It's
a
not
bit
making
much. Like,
sense.
sis, the video and you are never gonna happen now. Like, just leave it alone.
But you know what's mad though is how so Luca, to make a stance, decided to sleep in the doghouse, right, in the dog bed or whatever it's called, dog bed. What do they call it? I don't know. Basically, slept outside of the room, right, in the living room, right. But Gemma slept in the same bed every day. So if you really meant that much,
Yeah.
they were like in the morning, yeah, they had to tell her to go and fetch him. Like, they were like, oh, go and get Fina.
No, I can't lie. Gemma might be winning me over a little bit, you know, because she's really sticking consistent with this bad attitude and it's starting to just feel normal to
I
me
think
now.
she's just waiting to Casamore. Casamore, she's good. I want her. That sounds so bad here, but I really wanted to break his heart because he's doing the most.
No, I'm the same. You know.
And I can't
You
wait.
guys are wicked
That meant for
people.
good entertainment.
the best entertainment.
Yeah.
Nah, Love Island makes
I
us evil.
need
Yeah,
her.
That's what it is. You need Luca to go to Casa Amor.
be faithful.
This,
Yeah,
be faithful.
this
and
the
Gemma-
pengest thing in the house. Sleep outside every night,
Every night.
and then come back and Gemma's with a new man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Then Gemma said,
TV.
Inject
It
it.
happened. Are you gonna grow up? Like, oh, the way she
Like, well,
talks
I
as
didn't know.
well.
And she'll be like, well, I didn't know what you were doing over there. So
Yeah.
don't be a prick about it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And the thing's like he holds her like she's his ticket out of here. Like he
No, but he
holds
wants to
her-
have them Sunday dinners with Winston and Michael Owen. What's his name, Michael?
Yeah.
He holds
Do you reckon he knows
her.
by now?
You know,
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
Danica knows.
I think
The
they
new
all
girl
know.
knows. Everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
But they just don't talk about
On camera.
on camera.
Okay, yeah.
Everyone
cool.
is. Because that is her selling point. It was just ridiculous, man. But I didn't like the way he treated Danica. And it made her feel so awkward. And then what happens the next day, the morning they wake up, she's got a text. It's their first date. He was fuming. Sister's out there getting ready, makeup done, outfit on. Then Andrew was like, come on, Luca, go and get ready. Like, come on. And then they end up coming downstairs and they're matching.
Wait, hold on. Question.
Yeah, nothing like blue, innit?
So
They're both wearing blue.
Luca and Anita.
Then he went on a
Luca.
date.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
So
so-
literally, like the next morning, the producers are, I love it. They just want evil.
They're messy, yeah.
The next, they were talking about something. She was talking to Gemma. She pulled Gemma for a chat, just saying like, listen, it's not personal. It's just what it is, blah, blah, blah. And then she got a text and she's like, it's our first date. Obviously, he and Gemma never got to go on a date.
Yeah.
And then he just sat outside. The whole team was trying to convince him as to why. I said, do you want to be on the show? The hell? I would have cut the cameras as a producer. Like, listen,
Personally,
get out.
He's doing Ekin-Su. He's acting.
He's
Again, and she
acting.
come in the house and he straight away he said, if you was laying next to her, you'd want to rip her clothes off.
You did say that. He did say that.
He's acting.
He did say that. He did say he was.
No, but in the
actor.
confession room, he said something as well, like, she's not bad looking. He was like, he basically said something like she could get me, but like not now kind of thing.
Yeah.
So look at you. Just
Because-
be true to your dog self. Just, you know you want her.
Because of Gemma and whatever football ticket season he wants.
It was
But
mad.
anyway, man, nothing else that's here is more interesting than the things that you
What
said.
else happened? Something's happening
No.
tomorrow.
Oh, I don't know what's happening tomorrow.
Can't remember. Never tomorrow, today.
I'm trying to remember what the preview was.
Can I
Yeah.
say Gemma as well? When they were doing the game, her being the only girl to not like climb on the guy and lips and all of that, she just made what's his name? Luca get on all fours and hit him with a fish or whatever. This girl is refusing to bring shame to her dad's house.
Yes, but,
Yeah, but she looked
stood-
younger when she done that. It looked weird to me because like everybody's been complaining about her age and
And now he's
Yeah.
got to.
and and,
2 weeks
I never,
later.
I never had no problems with her age. I didn't care. But when she spun around in that show, she actually looked like a little
Okay,
girl.
what
like.
made you
she,
uncomfortable?
she didn't really look comfortable either. Like she wasn't. It wasn't
Yeah, it's
giving
not her
sexy.
brand.
Do you know where I laughed and I couldn't stop laughing? Ekin-Su.
Where she kissed- where she kissed my man.
Why'd she dive into the paddling pool?
Oh,
girl
that was
I think
crazy.
she was gonna
man.
drown.
Yeah, she did like something, innit?
I'm missing. I thought she was going to drown.
Look at the cameras.
That one was mad.
That's not. It's not even a big pool. She put her whole body in it. You know.
Why did she dive? No, why did
She's
she
funny.
dive?
man.
No, then
I
when she
like
when
it,
she
man.
kissed Daffy before she grabbed my man as well,
Yeah,
and then he was trying to pretend like he didn't like it.
Yeah.
He would have liked that.
Because
Like.
that was the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
attention you got that whole day, bro.
But you know what's funny though? Because when she's
She's so delusional. I love
Because
her.
when they had an argument on Friday, he didn't want to talk to her. He was like,
Yeah,
oh, let's
yeah.
talk. And she has to do the whole like, let's talk. And he was like, no. And
Yeah.
she's like, no, we're going. He was like, no, I'm not talking to you. Cool. So then they ended up talking. Don't do that. Don't make a scene. They talked yesterday, yeah. But then she was like to him. Ekis is actually a funny person.
She's
So she started off
delusional, bro.
saying,
I love
yeah,
her.
like, I'm sorry for the way I'm sorry for lying, right? I'm sorry for lying. He was like, well, yeah, that's the biggest thing to be sorry about. Like, cool. Then she goes,
She's so shady.
do you still care about me? She didn't want to finish. She said, this is him. No, I don't. Not anymore. I don't.
You never
And then
did.
she goes, okay. And then she goes, what do you think of Jay? Do you think Jay likes me? Do you think he's a good guy? And then he was saying something like, well, he likes you for now, but if you do what you did to me to him, then that'd be that. And I was like, okay.
What condition does she have?
She's not okay. She went through literally 3 different like. And it's like, are you really sorry? She's not sorry. She's just
not
sorry that
sorry.
everyone kind of isolates her now because of what
But
she
they
did.
isolated her before.
And that's why I get why she lied. I get
Because
it.
she has no friends in the house.
She has no friends in the house. And then
Andrew had to break down like what a lie was to her, innit?
Oh,
She's
yeah,
like, you
yeah,
lied.
yeah.
And he's like, well,
Like, I
like,
was going to tell the truth.
she's like, I
eventually.
didn't. I was gonna. He's like, yeah. So,
But
so you lied. You know what I'm trying to say? She
No,
was
it's jokes,
blowing.
man. I love
No
it.
one had mercy for her in that house at all.
At all.
It's good she's delusional because if she was a normal person, that would have been a very upsetting.
I
day
think she's
for
making
her,
it
so.
fun. I think if she was a normal person, she'd be like Amber now, just miserable. So she's had to make her own fun out of it.
It's true, she's making the best out of a bad
She's making the best out
situation.
of it. Yeah.
Well, guys, that's Love Island the day after. We'll keep you updated with today's episode. Let's jump into the headlines.
All right, not all at once.
Do you know what it is? This is a
Me.
little bit itchy.
Oh.
All right. So, Dame Kelly Holmes comes out.
Yes.
Yes. So the now 52-year-old Olympic champion, in an interview with the Sunday Mirror, said she was both nervous and excited about coming out. She said, I needed to do this now, for me. It was my decision. I'm nervous about saying it. I feel like I'm going to explode with excitement. Sometimes I cry with relief. The moment this comes out, I'm essentially getting rid of that fear. Dame Kelly, for those unaware, became only the 3rd woman in history and the first Briton since Albert Hill 84 years earlier to win the 800 meters and 1500 meters Olympic double at the Athens game in 2004. So she achieved 7 golds, 8 silvers and 4 bronzes at the Olympics, Commonwealth and European athletics championships. She shared the news during Pride Month, which celebrates and raises awareness about the LGBTQ plus communities, and will this year commemorate 50 years since the UK's first Pride March.
She's sick that she thinks no one didn't know. Big up her though. You get me?
That's like, what's his name, man? Who's the...
Phil from Good Morning, Good Britain.
Oh, yes.
No, not him. Well,
He was cheeky for that as well.
Schofield.
Yeah, Schofield.
Oh.
That's it. Uncle.
No, there was a sprinter who came out as gay.
Oh,
What's his name, man?
Liam. No, not Liam. Something Davey.
Light skin. He's always on
Oh, no,
BBC commentating on Netflix. What's his name again?
Oh, Colin Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is
What?
what we should be doing. At
The
this
Schofield
moment.
was
Didn't-
funny there.
He was gay though.
That's
Like,
No, but
What-
did-
I didn't even know he was married.
World
yeah,
runner.
yeah.
Yeah, you talking about him?
Yeah. But I swear he came out.
Did he?
But like you said about Dame Kelly Holmes, we all knew
Yeah,
already.
we all knew.
Oh,
innit?
yeah.
He did the
I don't know if this is the
110
best
meter
conversation.
hurdles.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
No, but it is like I think what it is that people don't really like people shouldn't have to do the whole coming out thing. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
just
Unless they want
go
to,
into
yeah.
society. Unless you want to.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
even like within that community, I know like they don't really like the idea of making it a thing kind of thing. Just
Oh, is it?
live. Yeah, because it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of emotion that you kind of go through. It's just like yeah.
I feel that some of them just do it because they feel like, you know, we're encouraging others to
True.
kind of do it. innit?
Yeah, there
Not
is that.
to
There's that
hide,
perspective
innit?
as well. To be
Think,
fair.
don't we feel like homosexuality is normal now, though?
Say again?
But that's what I'm saying.
Like,
People that come,
it's-
if someone that lives in their truth and lives in their homosexuality their whole time doesn't
Yeah.
have to come out. A lot of people coming out have been living,
In the-
presenting as a single
Okay,
person.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why it's
It's a thing.
that's what it is. It's a thing. It's a celebration. It's saying actually, like, I'm
I'm doing this.
giving up the facade. This is who I am, innit?
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's like-
Yeah.
But you know, I never liked though with conversations when people shame people who haven't come out yet, and they're like, "Oh, like you're living a lie." I just think just let people do things in their own time,
100%.
and it's a journey. Like it's a personal journey, and people get there when they feel comfortable and confident, or whatever it is they need to feel to do that. Just do
Yeah,
that.
you say that, but sometimes there's two people involved in relationships. Like there's men that are like got families and stuff like that, and then secretly the whole time in love with a man and that, and it's just like
Yeah, in that situation, I get that. Yeah,
Like,
that situation, that's
you-
different.
bringing kids into the world, the whole like,
doesn't that
and you're
show-
lying. Like, what are you doing?
But doesn't that show like how much of a pressure or fear they have? I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's right. But like to know that you like men,
Yeah,
and
but-
or women, and then to
100%. Don't get me wrong, but it's
Yeah.
like if you done all this lying and the end result is the family's broken up and you're with a man now anyway, then
Yeah,
what was you doing?
yeah. I can't like I get the pressure side because like you have to. Pressure from society is so great that you have to literally create a whole other life.
homophobia is
But I
real.
do, but I do think though, like when there's someone else now involved in that,
Yeah.
it's hurtful. So it's a bit techie.
Mm.
Actually, it's not techie. When there's someone else involved, it almost, as much as obviously it might be difficult for you, it's kind of a selfish thing because you've got someone involved in something that they probably wouldn't want to be. Because you never know, someone might be like, do you know what? Cool, you're not comfortable yet. That's fine. But I think to find out that you're partner of years and years and you got built this life together, you were never really interested in me. That's a lot to unpack.
That is a lot. I watched Bohemian Rhapsody on Netflix this weekend, and it has Freddie Mercury, who's like the lead singer, and he's gay. But he married a woman. At the beginning of his career, he was married to a woman, and then he kind of came out, and she kind of also was like, I already kind of clocked this, and they obviously went their separate ways, but they stayed friends. And I feel like it's because it's so expected, especially like now is a different conversation, maybe, right? But at one point, bro, like, you think you can get promotions without bringing your wife to the little cookout? Or, do you know what I mean? Like it was very heavily pressured to present a particular way as a man. Even to this day, I think there's still a lot of pressure.
That's why, like, even with like
and
Caitlyn,
obviously women as well.
Yeah, like with Caitlyn, like I get obviously Olympian, whatever. I get it, but then I also understand where Chris feels so hurt about it because it's like this has been years. You get me? Like you could have told me.
Yeah.
And Chris works, she could have turned that into a big thing.
No, but she knew. She didn't know that he wanted. I don't know the extent to which she knew, but she found him wearing clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think she never knew that. I don't know what she thought he was. I don't know what she thought he was in. But she saw a couple things. Yeah. But I think she never knew the extent of like this is actually how you want to identify and stuff.
And also, Kelly Holmes. Another thing that I think influenced her to kind of keep it behind closed doors is she said she kind of had a situation with another female in the army when she was young, maybe late teens or something like that. Can't remember. And basically at the time, it was kind of shunned, innit? And that's why she was like, look, let me just keep this
on the wraps
to myself, because she didn't want to get kicked out of the army as well. So
we kind of said as well about what's the name? Whitney Houston. What's her best friend's name?
Yes, Whitney Houston.
Yeah, but I feel like Whitney never told her story yet. Her best friend is on a tour telling her story. And I think it's not right. Yeah, no, she's got like books. Like it's a whole thing. It's like...
Oh, the one that she was sleeping with?
Yeah. I can't remember her name now.
I can't remember her name either.
But it's like, don't be telling someone's story, but she's going to do the whole, it's my story too kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
it's her... Yeah, exactly. Both their stories, I guess. Yes, next one.
And so the next bit of news, also affecting the LGBTQ plus community is Fina, which is the world swimming governing body. They voted to stop transgender athletes from competing in women's elite races if they have gone through any part of the process of male puberty. So Fina will also aim to establish an open category at competition for swimmers whose gender identity is different from their birth sex. But the new policy, which was passed with 71% of the vote from 152 Fina members, was described as only a first step towards full inclusion for transgender athletes. It says that male to female transgender athletes are still eligible to compete in the women's category, provided they have not experienced any part of male puberty beyond Tanner stage 2, which marks the start of physical development, or before age 12, whichever is later. The decision was made during an extraordinary General Congress at the ongoing World Championships in Budapest, and it now means that a transgender athlete, American college swimmer Leah Thomas, who has already expressed a desire to compete for a place at the Olympics, will now be blocked from participating in the female category. The former Great Britain swimmer Sharon Davis, who I mentioned the other day, who was against the cycling situation, which included the transgender athlete, she basically argued against transgender participation in women's elite swimming also. And she told the BBC Sport that 4 years ago, along with 60 other Olympic medalists, she wrote to the IOC and said, please just do the science first. And she's basically so happy right now that FINA is the first governing body that's actually done the science. Not down to opinion, not down to, how it looks to the public. They've just done the science and they've realized, you know what, this just doesn't make sense. So FINA also basically made a comment. They said, swimming's a very inclusive sport. We love everyone to come and swim and be involved. But the cornerstone of sport is that it has to be fair, and it has to be fair for both sexes. Caitlyn Jenner also we were just talking about, also commented on the ruling, and she said, "It worked. I took a lot of heat, but what's fair is fair. If you go through puberty, you should not be able to take medals away from females. Period."
First of all,
A lot of people in the LGBTQ community do not like Caitlyn
Yeah.
Jenner.
they
feel
couldn't
like
win like Women of the Year or something like that.
one. Number two, they're like, yo, you did transition in the most privileged way possible.
Privileged way possible.
You were at the top of like when you did it, you were on a magazine. When I did it, I was kicked out of my family's house and I was living on the street. So a lot of people really have a problem with Caitlyn Jenner being so vocal about every freaking thing. Anyway, and man,
What? Because she got money.
No,
Why
because
is it-
basically she made it like a whole thing of, oh, I get to wear dresses and I get to wear heels and I get to wear lipstick and do my makeup, and it just wasn't. I don't know. I think the way it just wasn't sensitive to the people that are harmed when they go through stuff like that.
The
basically.
reality of transitioning is like very, very okay. Do you want to hear the end of this? The reality of transitioning is very, very difficult, isn't it? Like a lot of people outcast you.
So annoying.
It's so irritating. Like it's so irritating. I'm like, do you want to have a conversation?
No, I'm listening.
And I'm just saying.
Nah, he's in his mind, he's thinking this is foolishness.
Because you're not saying it, don't mean you're gonna have to subtitle that, by the way. But essentially, a lot of people struggle, and then to hear Caitlyn Jenner kind of come out and talk about the experience
Like it's
without all
walk in
that
a
struggle,
park.
it's like you were the most popular man at one point. Now you're the most popular
The
woman.
woman, yeah.
Like you don't know the reality of what we've been through.
And I remember that award thing because it was like
That
those
award
people
thing was
that
mad,
went through like serious things, and then because
I think there was
she
like
transitioned-
Paralympics and like they were
yeah,
like
and then she
Paralympians
won
and
because
stuff.
she was brave to come out.
So, question:
Wow.
Do you all think that Caitlyn Jenner is like faking it? Is this what you guys are saying?
No,
When did? Why would
Who
you
said
answer? I was
that?
going to answer that.
What I'm saying is her opinion not like
It's not
Valid. That's what I was saying. What? Because
It's no. Her opinion is valid, yeah, but it's not being. It's tone deaf.
well, to be fair, in this situation,
Tone deaf.
in this situation, Caitlyn's totally right. Anyway,
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. But in other situations, she's been tone deaf.
and it's
but-
and it's
Situation we're
the
talking about,
and
right?
it's worked as it kind of.
Basically,
Picking,
yeah.
but it's making it like she takes a lot of onus for progress in the community, and a lot of people are like we've been
doing
we've
work
had boots
before
on
you
the-
came along.
right? So that's kind of like the sentiment around
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Where Coy and I are coming from is that it's cheeky for her to say, I took a lot of heat, and if you go through puberty, you should not be able to take medals away from females.
no, man. You
Period. It's the period that's been pissing me off even more.
You women got to
Because
start
you did
supporting
the
each
same
other, man.
Anyways, Robin Crawford is Whitney's babe that I was talking about earlier.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
because that was the person that. Do you know? Apparently, no. Get the cameras on these guys laughing, please. Because
Wait, does Mark not have a point though?
So I don't know what point
she
you're
was
talking about.
there. No, she was there with Whitney, and people
Yeah.
say that Whitney wouldn't have gone into drugs if Whitney
really?
was able, if she, because her mom was against the relationship. Obviously, her mom
Oh,
was
yeah,
super
yeah,
religious.
yeah.
The idea was that if Whitney was able to freely love, she wouldn't have ended up with Bobby,
Who went
and
into drugs
she wouldn't
and
have
all
been. But apparently, she was into drugs before Bobby. To be
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah,
apparently,
allegedly, yeah.
like she was the bad influence.
Yeah.
in that.
On Bobby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's the one that got
apparently.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Apparently, she was on it beforehand.
Damn.
But anyway, like if she was able to freely love, she wouldn't have been so upset. She wouldn't have been on drugs as much, and we
Yeah.
would still have Whitney to this day.
Sad man.
Right. But yeah, that's the end of the headlines.
Yes. Well, let's
Sure
go
is.
into Out Ere.
Mark's on
Go on,
the roll
Mark,
anyway. You got something to say. You're on the roll anyway. Might as well just keep going.
I didn't say anything.
You said a
You
lot.
said too much.
Exactly. You said more than you needed to.
I never said a thing. I'm just saying women got to support each other, man. Anyway,
I like that.
I bet you do.
I like the message. The message is good. It's
That's
solid.
great. That's fantastic.
this week's Out Here is 39-year-old married general practitioner Manish Gill.
Trigger warning. Yeah. Team. We're a team.
Do you know what I was
Trigger
going to do? I was
warning.
like, of the two names here, like, but anyway,
No,
continue.
we know where Mark
Yeah, let's
stands
keep
with
it.
that one.
Yeah,
Go
I thought you
on.
were going to go for the lighter one, but yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean,
No,
we
do
need
you?
more.
No, because Mark's is thinking that's a lucrative business.
Yeah,
To
he said,
invest.
I like this young man's entrepreneurship.
That's what Mark's. Mark's is a hard working black man.
Do you get what I'm saying?
A pay on the
Don't I hear?
community.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had to leave him. But I think if we wait and let these things develop, man, like we need to
Yeah.
wait. He's gonna get his day in the sun.
That's the thing, yeah.
It needs to be proper. That wasn't enough.
No sunscreen.
But
Oh.
Manish Gill You piece of shit. I'm telling you now, this guy is on Tinder, and this ain't like no Tinder swindle stuff. He's swindling, but it's a different level. Bro, my man is a GP, married, father of 3, yeah, and he's meeting women on Tinder and raping them.
Mad.
Obviously, like, I don't understand the mindset of a rapist anyway, so I don't get it yet. But like, when people do things, you just assume they're upstanding. If he's a GP, so he's a working man, he pays his taxes, like, he's married, so he's an honest man, he's got 3 kids, the family's there and stuff like that. You would assume he's an upstanding pillar of society, someone in the community. You're raping people. Also, yeah, he met this girl on Tinder, yeah. This is what he's done. He's met this girl on Tinder. I think they've gone back to the hotel. He gave her a drink, yeah. Pink gin is his drink of choice, yeah. He used pink gin. He gave her a strong pink gin. She drank it and she was like debilitated from drinking it. And then when she's come around, he's sleeping with her basically and boom, boom, boom. She's thinking like, right, it's one juice. Like, gin's not even strong like that. But I think he's date raping them. He's spiking them. The charges didn't stick, and the charges have been dropped with the Spac here. But if you read the woman's story, it doesn't make sense. Pink gin and lemonade ain't doing you like that. You know what I'm trying to say? My man's linking these gal. He's bringing gin, condoms, and Viagra. This guy's sick in his head. No, he's on smoke. You can't be trying to drug girls, yeah. So they can't do nothing. And then you're using Viagra as well. I don't understand if that's because he actually does have problems getting hard, or if he's trying to stretch out the experience. You know what I'm trying to say? But either way, this guy is a fucking
sicko.
Yeah, he is a sicko. But justice has been served. He's been sentenced to 4 years in prison. I don't know if that's enough.
No.
He lost his family as well, obviously.
Yeah,
No, but
rapists.
that's not enough.
No,
Rapists and
but
stuff
I mean,
get
I
away
hope
with-
she's not sticking beside him.
I was so shy for her. She get rushed. She does.
Do we need to look at like
He's
just like
definitely
reevaluate these laws now? Is 4 years enough?
no.
No, I don't think that's enough.
I mean, he's got his license revoked as well. Like, he would never be able to work as any medical anything. But I still don't think that's enough.
Imagine going to medical school and now
It must be embarrassing amongst
Cost
your
of
colleagues
coffee.
as well. Oof. No,
Yeah.
I don't think 4 years is enough.
he has
but-
to be on the sex offenders list, of course, as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
sex
he
offenders
should- he
list,
will be,
loses
he
his
will
job,
be.
hopefully loses his family and everything.
I think like a healthy 11 years.
Mm.
I think a healthy 11 years.
I think
good,
at 8.
good chunk of your life.
They're moving like this is like something dope.
Light.
Not light, no, because they're saying who was it? There was detective inspectors, the police and stuff like that. They're saying, yeah, the conviction and the sentencing of Gil sends a clear message to anyone found guilty of sexual offences that you will be brought to justice. So they're saying like,
You've done a good
like
job.
yeah, like it was done. But I'm like,
Mm.
even then, it's a bit light, man. I don't know if that's a deterrent enough, man. You need to be given like big sentences so people don't do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? That the repercussions for these kind of actions have to be. I think they got to be stronger, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, because if that's in his heart anyway, like, he's gonna go and do a couple of years, man. Like, he might. Who's to say he won't do this stuff again?
Who says he hasn't done it before? This is just the first time he
That
got
wasn't his
There
first
you
time. He
go.
had the
Yeah.
starter kit. That was not his first time.
Yeah, but maybe if other women come forward, they can add to the sentencing.
Maybe if they found the alleged drug as well, because it would show that, I don't know, obviously rape is horrible anyway, but if
Yeah.
he's like a,
I
Druggist
don't know
as well,
what happened
yeah.
to why the charge. They said the charge got deleted, so it couldn't stick for whatever reason. So he's not. It's not part of his thing, like the
Yeah.
spiking and stuff like that. But he done it. Not one gin ain't gonna make you move like that. You get me? But
so
yeah,
sorry for that lady as well.
Honestly, man.
yeah, no.
I big up her for coming forward. That's
Yeah,
big.
honestly, yeah. Yeah, and I do think a larger sentence would make much more sense. But you're right to put him in done out here for sure.
100%. He's finished, man. So Manish Gill, fuck yourself.
All right, then with that, guys, let's head into the outro. All right, beautiful people. I just want to shout out all the hosts. Like I said, you're hosted by the very best. You lot did your thing.
So did
Shout out
you,
to
girl.
everybody for tuning. Thank you, Queen. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. Make sure that you comment below, share. Remember, 2 of your enemies, 5 of your friends. Share the videos, comments, and all of that stuff. We appreciate you guys. We're definitely going to be having a new section soon where we read out your comments and stuff like that. And on our new platform. In fact, let me get to that. Before that, guys, remember, if you want to send in us a voice note or text message, send it into 075-6484-1073. That's 075-6484-1073. Now, guys, we'll be moving to a different platform where you can watch every show live, but this has more functionality where we can probably build a community and interact with you guys, and you can watch us live. So make sure you stay with us, and we'll get that information to you super duper soon. We keep teasing you, but just stick with us. And if you wish to feature on the show or inquire about the show, email the team at thenewblack.com. Black has an X. Have a wonderful week, guys. See you tomorrow.